throw out Lusky at first. No chance to get Graw, the lead runner, on that. I think that qualifies as a swinging bunt, third base side of the infield. Overbeek, 2 tough chances. He's up to it both times. Two outs for Ogun Siegert. He's the center fielder. Sophomore at 359. This is a really young Jackrabbit team when you look at their roster. Only one senior in the lineup and a whole bunch of freshmen. This one misses up and away. Nice to see Trey Fikes back behind home plate. His second start. Last came on Sunday against Auburn. The 1-0. Changeup hit well to center field. Moyer backing up a few steps. He's patrolling underneath. Waits for it to come down and puts it away for the third out of the inning. South Dakota State can't do anything with a 1-out walk. No runs, no hits, no errors. A walk and 1 left after a half inning of play here at Hawks Field. South Dakota State nothing. Nebraska coming to bat on the Huskers Radio Network.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter agents Craig Kerr, Jeff Bond, or Matt Moorhead in Lincoln today.
To be a part of Nebraska Medicine
Hi, welcome.
is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity for each other and for our community.
That went really well.
For those who know that the academic experience,
You know what? I agree.
the life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers. Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary.
Hands on the wheel, head in the game. The driver has one job, to drive. This message from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. So Nebraska able to work around a 1-out walk. Bryce Bender gets the next 2 hitters, keeping South Dakota State off the scoreboard in the top of the first. Huskers will have their first crack at it here in the bottom of the first, where yesterday they put up a big crooked 6th spot.
Let's do that again. That was kind of fun, huh?
Yeah.
6 runs in the first for our side's never a bad thing.
No.
Mac Moyer set to lead it off. He was busy again yesterday. 2 for 3, drove in a pair, 2 walks. Moyer boosts his on-base percentage to .568. He has an OPS of over 1,000. That's pretty impressive considering you have 2 extra base hits on the year for doubles. You heard Will Bolt tell us in the pregame he's just been a spark plug at the top of Nebraska's order. Had a bunt base hit yesterday. I think the comment I made to Coach Bolt, some guys in their first year of the program just fit a Husker uniform. That's Mac Moyer. Looks like he, and plays like he should be wearing this uniform his whole life. First pitch is way up and out, ball 1 from the right arm of Jaron Vogt. His one and only appearance this year was one he'd like to forget about. 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 7 earned runs. The 1-0 pitch. Off the plate, 2-0. Fastball 86-88 for Vogt. Freshman from the state of Minnesota. Here's the pitch. Way outside, 3-0. Moyer started the game yesterday for Nebraska with a walk. In fact, Moyer and Overbeek both walked to really set the table for that big first inning. The 3-0 is on its way. Moyer squares the bunt, pulls back. There's the strike, 3-1. Fastball at 88. Another good early March crowd on hand. Always got to tip our cap to Husker Nation. A lot of unlimited PTO days being taken this week. The 3-1. High and outside. Another walk from Moyer. That pushes his season total to 12. There's some quick context for you. Some quick math. Moyer has 12 walks on the year. The rest of Nebraska's starting lineup has 19. Granted, not a lot of at-bats in the bottom half of that order. I think the point still stands. Guy walks a lot.
The majority, you would say, of those walks are with the leadoff man.
Overbeek stands in. First pitch to him. This one does get a piece of the corner. 0-1. You can really see that fastball run away to the lefties. Moyer with good speed at first. They're throwing that way. Close play, but Mack able to get his hand on the bag. No score. Bottom of the first inning just underway. Settle in for some afternoon baseball. Cornhuskers and the Jackrabbits. Here's the pitch. Overbeek chops one to the right side to the second baseman on 5 or 6 hop juggles and safe at first. That thing bounced 17 or 18 times to get to Finney out to second. Then there was a slight bobble on the exchange. The first baseman, Lusky, immediately looked at Lance Vaughn, the first base umpire, wanting a challenge, and looks like that's what we're going to have.
This is going to be bang, bang. I mean, it already was. I'm going to be curious to see when ball got to mitt and foot got to bag. That is... I thought initially, Ben, the throw might have beat him by just a hair.
That's what it looked like up here.
Now, remember, the initial call is safe, so it's got to be, obviously, solid evidence to overturn it. But trying to see if we can get our first look at a replay here. It was the bobble. But, okay, here we go. Getting a look, and I think he got him by just maybe a half a foot. It was the bobble, though, by Finney, as you described. That's what made it such a close play. He did a good job of covering that hole over there by first base, moving to his left, but then that momentary bobble is what made that such a bang-bang. I just think on the replay, they may have gotten Overbeek by a half a foot.
I felt like up here, live, it looked like maybe they got him. But you're right, the bobble gave it a chance, and that thing took a lot of bounces for Finney to get there. And I thought maybe even without the bobble, originally Overbeek had a chance to beat it out just because of how long it took Finney to get to that ball.
And you would think, oh, here we go.
Got a quick verdict. That didn't take long. Wow, called him safe.
All right. That was the initial call. It looked like on the one replay that we were privy to that the ball might have just beaten him there, but there we go.
You're going to go infield hit, too, on Beek. And now Dylan Carey, just like yesterday, chance to bat with first and second and nobody out. Vogt working around some trouble. The first pitch to Carey has popped a mile high back over our heads. It was a breaking ball that was right down the middle. So Overbeek back in the hit column on the infield hit to second. Carey batting .460, 23 hits, by far leads the team. The 0-1, laid on a fastball. Pitch was up and out of the zone. Dylan couldn't help himself. Now he's down 0-2. Carey's driven in a team best 17 runs as well. 3 hits against the Mavericks yesterday. The 0-2. Breaking ball pulled on the ground to third. That's a fair ball. Extra base is coming. Moyer around third, going to score. And being held at third is Overbeek. It's another RBI double for Dylan Carey, inching ever closer on the totals list. He's now alone in fourth place with 54 career doubles. That one just tucked inside that bag down the left field line.
Ben, the way that he is just so confident in the batter's box right now, whether it's a 2-strike count, it's a power count, whatever it might be, I just feel like he understands he can make solid contact at really any situation. That confidence is just so present right now.
Case Sanderson takes the first pitch Change-up down for ball one, and Bodies, I think, getting ready to head to that right field bullpen, which is vacant right now. 1-0 Huskers. Second and third, nobody out for their cleanup man, Case Sanderson. Vogt brings it in. The 1-0 pitch is sprayed off to the left, headed to the clubhouse. 1-1. Sandy batting .349. 15 hits on the year. 1 for 5 with an RBI yesterday. Single came to left field. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Down in the dirt. Good block by the catcher, Wachter.
And Ben, to put the historical context with Dylan Carey now, as everyone knows, he's trying to chase down the head skipper, Will Bolt, but he is one behind Daniel Bruce and Matt Hopper. Also very solid company there.
Vogt comes set, the 2-1 pitch. Sanderson takes just off the plate, 3-1. That was a close pitch. It was off. And, I mean, we're talking about the who's who of names on that list. Past Gordon to get a loan. Granted, Gordo did it one last year. Here's the 3-1. Sanderson swings and loops one to shallow left center. Charging hard is Taylor, the left fielder, able to get underneath of it and catch it. Or the first out. Throw comes all the way home to hold Overbeek at third. That one really got in on the hands of Sanderson. Big first out for Vogt and the Jackrabbits, and there go the Bodies to the bullpen. Here's Kitchens. He had himself a day yesterday, 2 for 4. Drove in 3. Had his first Husker home run. And a ringing double to left center field gap. First pitch, Kitchens takes a breaking ball. This one catches a piece of the corner, 0-1. 1-0 Huskers. Overbeek at second. Overbeek at third, I should say. Carey out at second. Vogt comes set. The 0-1. Kitchens swings and rips one into left field. That's a base hit. Overbeek's going to score. Carey around third. He's going to score. Cole Kitchens off to a blistering start here in this homestand. He's driven in 2 more runs, and the Huskers 3-0 lead here in the first inning. Cole Kitchens drives in 2 more runs. He's up to 16, 1 off the team lead, and a quick mound visit for Wachter out to talk to Jaron Vogt.
I love about that swing is this was low in the zone, but we saw the opposite field power. Yesterday, we saw the home run, then with the double to deep left center field that almost got out of here. And there was just pure strength by Cole Kitchens. We've seen those forearms there. Able to extend those arms in the lower part of the zone and just turn on that. And turn on that with some pretty good force.
Just forearm strength's all that fishing he does.
Yep.
Here's Preston Freeman. First Husker start for Preston. Had another base hit yesterday to pinch hit. This one's upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Preston, good-sized kid, 6'2", 190-pounder from Floresville, Texas. Transfers by way of Cisco College. Kitchens at first. Freeman, the lefty, in there. Votes 1-0. That is swing and high drive to right center field. One's going to knock this down a bit. Wachter, the center fielder, puts it away for the out. Siegert, I should say. There's 2 outs in the Husker first inning, and now Rhett Stokes. Stokes making his first start. We've seen Rhett numerous times as defensive replacement. In fact, the 7th game he's played in of the 12. Just 0 for 2 at the plate. Has scored a couple of runs. First pitch to Stokes. Right in there, 0-1. Rhett, a senior. Roswell, New Mexico. Came back for his senior season. Vogt ready. The 0-1 pitch. Again, right in there. 2 pretty hittable ones that Rhett's let go by. Now he's down 0-2. 3-0 Nebraska. Bottom of the first. Kitchens at first base. The pitch. In the dirt. Good block again by Wachter. It's been busy back there. Kitchen's not the fleetest of foot. Not interested in taking second there. Vote ready. The pitch. Slider low. Good take there from Stokes, 2-2. Boy, you go back to 2 years ago when Rhett Stokes kind of popped up out of nowhere and hit over 300. Made a living to right center field. The 2-2 reaches out, goes that way. It's going to drop down for a hit. Kitchens will stop at second. Not hit overly hard. I think the Guinness Book of World Records is probably safe. But Stokes will take that for his first hit, and a wry smile from Niner at first base.
Yeah, just really a cap shot there. 69 off the bat. You don't really care much about the exit velo as he almost missed complete barrel, and mentioned just getting that end cap. But putting it out there, finding some green, keeping this inning alive in Nebraska for the second straight day, putting up a big crooked number, getting 3 of those Blue Cross Blue Shield RBIs. RBIs this season are sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska. For 85 years, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska support the passion and pride of Husker baseball. Blue believes in the Big Red, and Blue believes in you.
Got a right-hander warming up as the pitching coach, Michael Newstrom, has gathered 2 mound visits early. And Will Kent, right-handed thrower, is getting loose in the South Dakota State bullpen. And Max Butenbach going to get a chance to bat with 2 on and 2 out. Butenbach getting the start in right field. Votes first pitch. Big cut and a miss from Max, 0-1. Beauty hitting 200 on the year. 5 hits. One of those a double. First and second, 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch way outside. Lost that curve. It's 1-1. Beauty's double came against Northeastern, and that was a bit of a white knuckle time with 2 outs when he hit that thing to the right center field wall. Northeastern with a big upset over number 2 LSU this week. The 1-1 pitch. Max swings and floats one in the air towards second. Finney waits for it to come down. Easiest play he's had this year. Butenbach retired. And that'll end the first inning, but the Huskers with a good go. They score 3 times on 4 hits, no errors. They leave a couple. And after 1 inning, Nebraska 3, South Dakota State 0. This is Big Red Baseball.
SOS to the rescue.
Call SOS, a trustworthy company since 1950. Their technicians don't earn commission. This equals fair treatment to their customers. SOS is a family-owned 3rd-generation company, and now to celebrate the 75th year in business for a limited time, get a New York AC or furnace for $75 per month. Get you and your loved ones comfortable again with SOS.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
Call 402-391-2336.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Let Eeks provide solutions for your business. Eeks offers copiers and printers, technology solutions, janitorial equipment, and cleaning supplies, office supplies, and furniture. Visit Eeks.com for more. So the Huskers, again, solid go at it in the bottom of the first for the second straight day, giving Bryce Bender a 3-run cushion here as we move to the top of the second.
Bender back out for inning number 2, and he's grabbed himself 3 runs of support. Wachter, Franke, and Finney, the 3 hitters for the Jackrabbits. Price winds and deals the first one. That is swing and hit pretty well down the left field line, twisting toward the empty Husker bullpen. That was the hardest hit ball of the day from Nate Wachter, the catcher. .231 average, has homered once this year. Huskers plate 3 runs on 4 hits. They've scored 9 runs in the last 2 first innings. Good sign. Bender's 0-1 delivery. Slider and a beauty. 0-2. Coach Bolt told us in the pregame, really big emphasis on starting fast. Nebraska dug themselves big holes against Auburn in all 3 games. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Going to be a lot of hands in pockets again here today. As the day goes on, temps will drop a bit. The 1-2 pitch from Bender. Strike 3 called. Snapped a beauty right at the knees. Strikeout number 1 for Price. And he's able to get the leadoff man here in inning number 2. Dayton Franke, the designated hitter. Big left-handed stick, stands right on top of the dish. The next one from Bender. Rolled foul, first base side. Headed toward the tarp. 0-1. Franke batting .225. This is a Jackrabbit team that comes in only hitting .255 as a team. And slug at just a .370 clip. This one misses up and away. 1-1. Overbeek off the line, even with the bag at third. Price spins and deals. That one's hit in the air to center. Moyer starts in to his left a few steps. Feet stationary, makes the catch above his head. Routine fly ball out to center field. But so impressed with the way Moyer has handled himself out in center field. He was all over the place, taking hits away from Auburn Tigers last weekend. Travis Finney, the second baseman, bats .242 on the year. The pitch. That one's hit well down the left field line. Not getting that one is Freeman. He's going to watch it plop in fair territory for extra bases. So Finney has a double with 2 outs. His 3rd of the year. That leads the team. That was a fastball right down the chute, and he's able to get it just inside that left field line. Robleski, the hitter, he's a right field, batting .182. Robleski, 4 hits on the season in 22 at-bats. Jackrabbits have a runner out at second base with 2 away. Bender's first one. Swing and a miss. Changeup was off the plate, running away from Robleski. Price working from the first base side of the rubber, really closes himself off to the right-handed hitters. The 0-1. Same pitch. Robleski laid off that one, 1-1. 3-0 Huskers, top of the second inning. Bender's next one home. That one's looped to shallow left. Freeman coming in on it. Calls everybody off. He's there. He squeezes for the 3rd out. So Bender works around a man at second base with 2 outs for the 2nd consecutive inning, and he's nailed his second 0 to the board. For the Jackrabbits, no runs. Their first hit, no errors. They leave another runner through an inning and a half here in Lincoln. Cornhuskers 3, Jackrabbits nothing on the Huskers Radio Network.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNVO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNVO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnvo.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC.
Now's the time to save on trucks at Woodhouse Chevy. Lease the 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom Crew Cab 4x4 for $399 a month. Or save up to $10,000 off MSRP on retired courtesy 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500s when financed through dealer. Woodhouse Chevy. Together, let's drive. With approved credit, tax, title, license extra, $299 doc fee, do it signing. Retired courtesy loaners, qualifying trade-in of 2011 or newer vehicle. Lease for 39 months, 10,000 miles plus first payment. Finance based on manufacturer rebates. Expires March 31st, 2026. See dealer for details.
Husker Baseball is brought to you in part by your Midwest Ford dealers. Visit buyfordnow.com for all of your truck, SUV, and electric vehicle needs. So Bryce Bender has been solid around the strike zone. Throwing another 0 up on the board as the Huskers go back to work offensively here in the bottom of the second, leading 3-0 early in this one.
See how the Huskers follow up a productive first inning. We'll have Trey Fikes set to lead us off. Fikes, backstop for the Huskers, getting some playing time. Mike and Miller still nursing that sore groin. First pitch to Fikes in the dirt. Good take, 1-0. Trey, 5'10", $195. He is from Steele, Missouri, Three Rivers College, where he spent his last stop. The 1-0 hit him right between the 2 and the 1. So Fikes reaches base, and the Huskers have a leadoff base runner, and back to work goes that right field bullpen.
What is it about Husker catchers that are just wearing them lately?
If it means the 9-hole guy is getting on base,
that's true.
I think everybody in scarlet and cream would sign up for that.
Jeter Worley over there saying, I know what that's about. Got hit 3 times yesterday.
Jeter getting the day off today. Back to Mac Moyer, walked and scored his first trip. Vogt's first pitch, up and away, ball 1. Going back to yesterday, Nick, Nebraska has now gone 9 for 10 in getting their leadoff guy on base. The pitch, way outside 2-0. That was not an issue at Auburn either. The issue was getting them home.
Yeah. But
statistics will tell you you're heavily on the right side of things scoring a run when you get that leadoff guy on base. Was it 50+% of the time? Pick over to first. Fikes leaning a bit, but the throw was offline.
Well, it's interesting, too, Ben, because we've seen there was that time, especially the early part of the BB Core era, where there was a lot of the situational, putting the bunt down, getting guys in scoring position. But now offense has changed. We see trying to just get them over the old-fashioned way, and that's really what we've seen out of this Nebraska team, too. And it's a cyclical thing, as you and I both know, watching many of these games. But, boy, Nebraska's done it early and often.
2-0 on Moyer, the pitch. There's a strike. 2-1 on the Husker center fielder. Got a different right-hander warming up. Dylan Richardson now playing catch. 2 balls and a strike. Here it is. Changeup didn't miss, but in the eyes of Clint Wheeler, he said it did. So 3-1. Huskers definitely got a call there. A wry smile from Jaron Vogt to home plate. Moyer ahead 3-1. Maybe it's just because Mac's batting. Vogt to the letters, the 3-1 pitch. Moyer sprays a foul into the netting above the Husker dugout. Full count. $3-0 Huskers. Bottom of the second inning. I want you to take a peek out at right field at Richardson warming up, and I'm going to give you a little bit of time to try and describe that pitching motion. I'm not going to throw you under the bus yet, but when he comes into the game, it's your job to describe it. Close play at first as Fikes dives back.
Are you giving me Kevin Napier?
I don't know what that is.
Hands separate right at The letters,
and
straight overhand delivery, looks a lot like an Apier delivery.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Moyer bounces one foul next to the feet of Lance Harvell. Disinterested in trying to field that. Can't blame him on a day like today. Moyer working another AB. Three and two. Fikes hit by a pitch at first base. The pitch. Sprayed again, and this one makes it all the way past the netting to the facade, and the count still holds at 3-2.
I feel like I got to maybe jog the memory with the YouTube video, but I'm thinking it's a very Kevin Apier-like. I know that's a random Royals poll right there.
Well, hey, you're talking to a Royals guy.
I know.
Fikes back ahead of another pickoff throw.
Is there a more recent example, though? That's the question.
And his wrist, it points straight down to the ground. It's awkward looking. The 3-2. There's a slapped base hit into left field. Mac Moyer just continues to find himself on base. This time, a 3-2 fastball that he gets into left. He's fun.
Yeah. You look at, I know it's the obvious part of Mac Moyer's profile, given the family he comes from, the baseball lineage. He's going to have a meeting on the mound. This might do it here for Jaron Vogt. But it is the ability to understand where a pitcher's trying to establish the strike zone. And first and foremost, trying to work ahead, getting the spots, but understanding also with a pretty sizable hole in the left side of the infield going that way and being able just to time that swing, let it travel in the zone and go that way. It's just you continue to see that baseball IQ by Mac Moyer on top of the execution in the batter's box.
We've got our first of what I'm sure is to be many. Nebraska 811 pitching change. Contact 811 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free, it's easy, it's the law. Nick will give you the rundown of the pitching mechanics of our new pitcher after this quick timeout on the Huskers Radio Network.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet, too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
So the Jacks will go to the bullpen, second arm used today. Dylan Richardson, as we were talking about, a very unusual delivery, 6'3", 230 out of Vancouver, Washington, as he will make his way into the ballgame. And Richardson, not used a lot this season, 17.36 earned run average. This will actually be his fourth appearance, 4 2/3. He's given up 13 hits, allowing 9 runs, all 9 earned. He has struck out 6 while walking 7, and teams hitting a very healthy 500 against Richardson as we really try to paint the picture of what you're going to see from this big righty. As soon as the hands come together in the glove, before he even gets that leg up, that right arm is behind his back, extending the ball out, and then it's a straight overhand delivery.
And the glove is up in the air.
Right.
There's a lot going on here,
There
partner.
is a lot happening.
He's got sunglasses on. Definitely doesn't need those today. His glove is like an aqua blue and purple webbing. And you throw the pitching delivery in there, there's a lot to think about as a hitter. Overbeek's the first one to try to solve this Rubik's Cube. First and second, nobody out. First one home is hit in the air to shallow center. Siegert coming in, shortstop going back. It's the left fielder who calls and makes the catch in Taylor. That was an overhand curve at 74 miles an hour, and Overbeek hit it skyward for the first out. Now Dylan Carey pulled a double inside the left field foul line, his first time up. His fourth hit of the early homestand. Richardson holds right near his ear, brings it home. Carey springs and sprays a foul off to the right. 86-88 with a fastball from Richardson. And you saw the curveball to Overbeek. Fikes out at second. He was hit by a pitch to start the inning. Moyer with a base hit at first base. The next one home. Carey swings and fouls another one off to the right and out of play.
And, Ben, we talked about it in the pregame, the 9 arms they saw against Omaha, the challenges of different arm slots, angles, velocities, and this is another one of those new challenges because you just do not see this delivery often.
Dillon's choked up to protect the plate. The pitch down. That was a changeup in the dirt, 1-2. Yeah, it's interesting to say the least. I mean, it caught my eye in the bullpen.
Yeah.
And my wife would tell you I'm not the most observant person in the world. Back pick coming to second, nearly thrown into center field. Grabbing it on the dive was Finney. Fikes back to the base. 3-0 Huskers. We're in the second. Richardson has the sign. Comes set and the pitch. Carey swings and flies one out of play off to the right, headed to the concourse. When you choke up, you really got to find a way to cover that outside corner. DC able to do it. Richardson comes set. And the pitch. Missed outside. There was the overhand curve. 2-2.
Yeah, the pitch that I think with just that delivery, it's going to give Husker hitters the most problems is going to be that changeup. 87 is pretty much what he's max in velocity, but that changeup, if he can locate that, tough to pick up.
The next one home. High. Overthrew that one. Full count. Big pitch coming here for Carey. He'd love to reach for Sanderson. Fikes and Moyer get their leads, the 3-2. Carey swings and rocks one in the air to center field, and that's going to drop down for a base hit. Fikes had to hold up to make sure that thing dropped safely. Another base hit for Dylan Carey, his 5th hit of the last 2 games. And the bases are loaded for Case Sanderson.
And an identical start for Dylan Carey as we saw yesterday. Doubled his first at bat, singled his second at bat. Was active on the base path as well. Just continuing to see the ball in all counts.
Base is full of Huskers for Case Sanderson. Flew out to left his first trip. 341 batter. Richardson going to go from the stretch. The pitch. Almost hit him right underneath that right elbow. 1-0 on 1-4. Sandy driven in only 2 runs this year, one of them coming yesterday. Looking to add to that total now. The 1-0. Swing and miss. That was a curveball down and away from him. Couldn't help himself. 1-1. Flags limp out in left center field. Rare sight here at Hawks Field. All 3 Husker runners get their leads. Here's the 1-1. Sanderson swings and hits one in the air to center. It's plenty deep enough to score at least 1. Backing up, making the catch is Siegert. Tagging is Fikes. Going to third is Moyer. It's a sac fly RBI for Sanderson. The Huskers have added another, and it's 4-0.
Well, you got to provide your power on that changeup. As Case Sanderson got it just deep enough to drive in Fikes, and the situational hitting, again, big part of what you're wanting to see click for this Nebraska offense. A good piece of hitting by Case Sanderson.
And the very quick to get red-hot hitting Cole Kitchens to the plate. There goes the runner from first. Kitchens swings and hits one in the air to center. That one's hit pretty well, but playable for Siegert, who backs up and makes the catch for the third out of the inning. Very hittable pitch. Kitchens put a good swing on it, though Richardson gets out of the bottom of the second inning. The Huskers played another on 2 hits, no errors, and a couple of left on base. We are through 2 innings here at Hawks Field, and Nebraska leads this one 4-0. This is Big Red Baseball.
Venue at Home is Lincoln's premier meal prep service. Prepared in-house by our chefs, ready for you to heat and eat. Build your own package from our wide selection of items, including healthy bowls, saucy pastas, fresh salads, starters, sides, desserts, and more. Subscribe and join our rewards program to get discounts on every order. Get your order delivered in Lincoln and surrounding towns, or pick it up at our Venue at Home storefront. Order today at our brand new website, venueathome.net. That's venueathome.net.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Nothing goes better with Husker Sports than Fairbury. Fairbury premium quality hot dogs deliver the home game experience to your family and friends. Fairbury, the official hot dog of Husker Nation. Huskers get another one on the board. They lead 4-0 as Bender back out to work the top of the third inning. And in for us for the first time calling all the action, Nick Hanley.
All right, thanks, Ben. 9-1-2 for Price Bender, who's had a solid start. And on a Wednesday midweek, you feel like the plan might be not necessarily the starter, but the opener, the guy that's going to just kind of set the tone for an inning or two. But there's no limitation on Price Bender, and going to let him go and see how effective he can be. So he'll be getting through the second part of the South Dakota State lineup here momentarily. But for the first time, Nick Work will see Price Bender, shortstop for the Jacks, right-handed hitter. Nick Work inches in at a momentary delay. Now we're ready to go. First pitch. Breaking ball low. Work, a .222 hitter. Just 2 of 9 on the season with 2 ribbies. Ben mentioned, relatively young South Dakota State team. The 1-0. Breaking ball just misses out. 2-0 here on Nick Work. South Dakota State 4-7 on the season. 2-0 offering. A sprayed foul just beyond the berm down the right field side. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jackrabbits picked to finish 4th in the Summit League behind Oral Roberts. They were picked to finish 1st. And then Omaha and St. Thomas tied for 2nd. This ball is hit well into left center field. Racing over, there's Preston Freeman. It'll drop right in front of him. And so a leadoff single for the 9-hole hitter, Nick Work. It'll take us back to the top of the order here for the Jacks. Carter Taylor, who was the Summit League Player of the Week 2 weeks ago, went 12 for 22 over a 5-game stretch. Had multiple hits in 4 of those contests. In his first career start against Incarnate Word, he went 4 for 6, including getting his first home run. Leading the Jacks in most offensive categories, only a freshman. Breaking ball misses out. So Price Bender's been really good at getting ahead of these SDSU hitters. Has now gone back-to-back hitters falling behind. Another right-handed hitter. Only a few lefties in this Jacks lineup. There's a fastball in there for strike 1. Nick Work has yet to attempt a stolen base this season. Leads away from first. Price Bender set at the letters. The 1-1. Breaking ball and a beauty. 1 ball, 2 strikes now here on Carter Taylor. Taylor out of Missoula, Montana. Quick throw back over to first. Head first slide in there safely is Nick Work. So Price Bender trying to navigate through his 3rd inning here as the starter for Nebraska. He's allowed just 2 hits so far. The 1-2. Just off the plate, and my goodness, there's one of those 50-50s. You just hope you get the call there. Clint Wheeler does not give Price Bender the call on the lower part of the plate, and boy, it was right there on that bottom half strike zone. Now level 2-2. Quick throw back over to first. Work head first slide under the tag. We mentioned the things about Price Bender that make him challenging for hitters. It's the deception. He'll sometimes delay his release, arm angles, all of it. 2-2 pitch. That one's weakly hit foul down the third base side. Bender comes from a very solid area of Oklahoma City. A lot of competitive baseball. The Edmond area. Really good high school programs. Edmond, Santa Fe. Seen some good athletes make their way to Lincoln in several sports. 2-2 again. Went inside, called strike 3, froze him. Worked the lower half of the plate, didn't get the call. Comes right back in on the hands on the inside black. Able to get a strikeout and 1 gone here in the top of the third. Just a good competitive sequence there for Price Bender. Here's Nolan Graw, the third baseman. Reached in a walk back in the first. Going to have a calm situation with Fikes. Looking back over to the Husker dugout. Looks like it's corrected. So Nolan Graw, one of 3 lefties in this line of fouls. This one over by the first base coach's box. Nate Robertson, the first base coach. Over at third base is Danny Higginbotham. Graw, a .297 hitter. Still with the runner leading away from first. 1 out here in the top of the third. Bender set. Breaking ball inside corner.
I was joking with Price after the game on Friday, and thankfully the joke was still funny because we won. But he was having all kinds of issues hearing his pitch comm because it was so loud on Friday.
Quick throw back over to first. Work head first slide under it.
I was like, dude, this is just what we need. We had pitchers that couldn't throw strikes, and you come in, hadn't thrown a pitch yet, and you're just holding your glove up to your ear like you couldn't hear anything.
Yeah. Runner takes off the 0-2 pitch, and that one shot through the right side for a base hit. Going from first to third is work, and so now South Dakota State really not on a hit and run, but it worked just the same. In an 0-2 count on Graw, able to sit back on the breaking ball and drive that through the right side. So now South Dakota State with a real threat here in the third, with 1 out, runners at the corners for their 3-hole hitter in Luke Lutsky. Second hit of the inning for the Jacks. See how Price try to work around this. Lutsky grounded out to Overbeek back in the first. 0 for 1 today. First offering. Just missed away with the fastball. Lutsky on the season, .268 on the year. 11 for 41. He's driven in 9. He's got a double, a triple, and a home run. The 1-0 offering. Little tapper over to Joshua Overbeek. Will go to home for the play at the plate. Got him. Joshua Overbeek right in his line of sight. Saw work breaking on the ball on the ground. And Overbeek fires a strike over to Fikes. Fikes applies the tag, and the lead man is retired for the second out. Good heads-up play for Joshua Overbeek. So Lutsky will reach on the fielder's choice. Runners at first and second. And now the force is in order. Infield can play it where it takes them. With 2 away. A good pitch there by Price Bender. Breaking ball in there for strike 1 on Owen Seegert, the center fielder. Flew out to center back in the first. 0 for 1 today. Left-handed hitter. Graw leads away from second. Lutsky from first. The 0-1. Fastball up and out.
That was a really good play from Overbeek. He's had some tough chances here in this game. Getting that short hop off to the side, making a good throw.
And just taking that one step to position himself to have a direct line right to Fikes as well. Just those little things. The 1-1 offering. Breaking ball and a beauty. Able to snap that slider. And it's really attacked the inside lower half of the strike zone against the left-handed hitters. Now open the count 1-2. Runners at first and second. Bender set at the letters. The pitch. And there's a little soft liner hit right back to him. Dylan Carey gloves it over to second for the force out, and that will retire the side. So force out, Dakota State, no runs. Off 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Heading to the bottom of the third. Nebraska leads it 4-0 over South Dakota State here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Nebraska Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Nebraska Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
Nick Hanley, Ben McLaughlin with you here at Hawks Field Haymarket Park. Duke Root and Christopher Sullivan Diaz back in our Acres Broadcast Center. Over at the stadium, Husker women's basketball in the Big Ten tournament also about ready to get underway. Postseason basketball is here. The women this week. And, of course, you have mid-major men's and women's college basketball tournaments going on this week and weekend. Also the state tournaments. Girls' side of it going on just off to our right over at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Fun time of the year. Baseball getting going. And, of course, basketball getting to the postseason. And we're always hoping for some warmer weather, which I feel we're going to be getting here very shortly. Huskers leading South Dakota State 4-0. Here's we've reached the bottom of the third. Preston Freeman will lead things away, facing Richardson. Gets a curveball in there, right in the zone. So Dylan Richardson, I feel like we've painted a pretty solid picture of the unusual delivery, but trying to stay effective here for South Dakota State. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And that curveball he's been able to really locate against the left-handed hitters so far. 0-2 here on Preston Freeman, who flew out to center back in the first. Freeman hitting .250 on the year, 2 for 8 for the Huskers here in the 26th season. The 0-2. This one is popped into shallow left field. And has worked the shortstop, moving his way over to make the catch for the first out. That'll bring up Rhett Stokes. 1 for 1 on the afternoon. Singled out to right. For Nebraska, 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second. If you look at yesterday, mentioned that 6-run first they had. They were able to put together single-run tallies in the second and the third, but that's where the offense went pretty quiet. Nebraska looking to atone for that and really put the pressure on South Dakota State throughout this game. Fastball missed inside on Rhett Stokes. Mentioned Rhett making his first start here of the 26th season. One of the solid defensive options for Will Bolt. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball. In there for strike one off the mid of Wachter. And leaving it up at 1-1. Rhett Stokes filled a pretty important role at the end of last year, too, when Joshua Overbeek went down with a busted ankle. They're in the Oregon game to send Nebraska to the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament. Rhett Stokes filling the void at third base. This one misses way outside of the fastball, 2-1. And in that Big Ten championship game against UCLA, as Nebraska was getting their offense rolling early, Rhett Stokes with an RBI single, helping Nebraska get out to that lead, eventually would win it 5-0 over UCLA, who made a return trip a couple weeks later in the College World Series. There's a breaking ball in there. They'll level it up at 2-2. So it hasn't just been Rhett Stokes' defensive play, but as Ben mentioned, maybe one of the more silent 300 hitters we saw a couple of years ago, but has provided sparks both in the starting role and off the bench. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball called strike 3. Richardson's really starting to control that 12-6 curveball. And again, with that delivery, it makes it somewhat challenging to track that and really even to get good contact on it. So here's Max Butenbach with 2 gone here in the bottom of the third. Max flew out to second. And back in the first, 0 for 1 today. Looking to get going here. Max, 5 of 26 on the season. Looks at a fastball off the plate, 1-0. Max last season with so many expectations coming in and really started to get going before he was sidelined for a considerable amount of time with an illness. The 1-0 offering, high outside of the fastball. Butenbach, especially with that pull side power, has always been a threat and a pretty left-handed swing to go along with it. Up in the count, 2-0 with 2 away. The pitch. Breaking ball laid off of it, stays inside, 3-0. Nebraska trying to get a little 2-out situation brewing here if Max Butenbach can find his way onto first base here, up 3-0. Here's the pitch. Fastball down the middle. Trey Fikes waiting on deck before we turn it back over to the top of the lineup for Nebraska. 6 hits for Nebraska to 2 for, make that 3 for South Dakota State. Had 2 in the previous inning. 3 balls, 1 strike here on Butenbach. The pitch. And this is way upstairs. So Nebraska has a base runner with 2 away. Here comes Trey Fikes, who was hit by a pitch, scored back in the second inning. You just get the sense that the sun really wants to come out. Maybe that's wishful thinking on my part. The skies have lightened up. It's still cloudy, still overcast, but it feels like it's lightened up a little bit.
It has, significantly.
Thank you. It's not just me. There's a swing and a miss as Fikes took a rip at the fastball down the middle.
Sharpie was always all over that.
Just trying to coax the sun out.
Well, he just knew, too.
Will Bolt going to take an offensive timeout here and talk to Trey Fikes. How many different out-of-town license plates did you see on your way in with state basketball going on?
Well, considering my drive was like...
Oh, that's true.
49 seconds.
Yeah, never mind.
I don't think I saw another vehicle, let alone another state license plate.
Did you take the company golf cart over?
No.
Oh, okay.
Don't have access to that. Not important enough.
Not yet. Okay. Offensive timeout is over. 0-1. On the 9-hole hitter, Trey Fikes swings and misses at the breaking ball low in the dirt. 0-2 here on Fikes. Max Butenbach leading away from first with 2 away. We're in the bottom of the third here at Haymarket Park. Huskers leading 4-0 over South Dakota State. Richardson set the letters. Runner takes off, swing and a miss, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We've played 3 here at Hawks Field. Score remains Nebraska 4, South Dakota State 0. This is Big Red Baseball.
Once a year, a rhythm thunders across the countryside. It can't be tamed. It can only be driven. It's Ford Truck Month. Let's ride. These trucks, they haul, tow, and conquer everything in their path. So hold on tight. and drive the Stampede.
The Stampede is running at your Midwest Ford dealers. Get 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,000 cash on Super Duty.
Get to Ford Truck Month.
Nothing ruins a good game like a plumbing curveball. Whether it's a clogged drain, leaky water heater, or a sump pump quitting at the worst time, John Henry's is here with service professionals who explain your options and get it done right. From quick repairs to full replacements, we protect your home and your weekend. Proud to be an official partner of Husker Baseball. Make the easy call to John Henry's today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
Husker Nation travels well with the Lincoln Airport, the official airport of Husker Athletics. With convenient flights and hassle-free service, it's LNK for the win. Visit LincolnAirport.com.
So Bryce Bender now in his fourth inning of work as the Husker starter on this Wednesday midweek tilt against South Dakota State. And so far, Bryce has been effective. 3 innings so far, scattering 3 hits, no runs. He's struck out 2. He's offered up 1 free pass. 46 pitches for the sophomore out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Will face Nate Wachter. It'll be 5, 6, 7 here for the Jacks in the top of the 4th inning. Nate Wachter, redshirt freshman from Blair, Nebraska, teammates with Jayshon Unger. Both prepped together at Blair. First offering to him. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Wachter went down looking. 0 for 1 today. Bender winds and deals. Exact same spot. It's the slider right on the outside black. Nothing in 2. Here's the South Dakota State catcher. 225 hitter on the year. 9 for 40. Bender delivers the 0-2. This one fouled back off to the right out of play. It was interesting to see Bryce Bender listed as the Wednesday starter, thinking could be a bullpen day, but talking to Rob Childers, anything but that. Want to see how he handles just the routine going through it. See how far he can stretch this start. The 0-2 again. Breaking ball, ground ball right to Dylan Carey. Tricky hop over by his hip. He gloves it over to first in time. Nice defensive play for Dylan Carey. As that one he just kind of wore on his left hip there. Dylan Carey with a rare, and I mean rare, error yesterday. But was able to come back with a couple of slick defensive plays, as you would expect there from D.C. Here's Dayton Franke, the DH. 0 for 1, flew out to Mac Moyer back in the second. This one hit really well out to right field, sending Butin back to the warning track, and that's to the wall, off the top of the wall. And rounding first, heading to second, is Franke sliding in with a double. That one just stayed in the ballpark as he went right to that 342 area to right center field. And Nebraska maybe with a little bit of a break that thing didn't creep over.
Yeah, hanging breaking ball. That one just got a little bit too far up in the zone, so Franke was able to elevate it. Price has done a good job pitching around a couple of base runners. See if he can do it here.
It'll be Travis Finney, the 7-hole hitter for South Dakota State, with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. Here in the top of the 4th, with Nebraska leading 4-0. Bender checks Franke. This one sprayed right above the SDSU dugout. 0-1. Now, Bryce Bender, you know it by now. It's not overpowering stuff. It's the ability to spot, locate, and that deception. Try to induce weak contacts. This one fouled back to the screen. Way up now, 0-2 on Finney. Travis Finney, a 265 hitter, 9 for 34 on the season. He's driven in 3. Bender from the stretch, set at the letters. Checks Franke at second. Gives him another look. And now the 0-2 again. Breaking ball misses up. Not a bad spot, not a bad idea. Try to get Travis Finney to reach out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, runner at second. SDSU now with 4 hits on the afternoon. Bender set again. This time a little sidearm sling. Weak contact over to shortstop. Carey bobbles it momentarily. Fires over to first just in time. So good recovery there for Dylan Carey. And again, that ball not hit very hard, but had that in-between hop. Looked like Dylan Carey maybe closed the glove just a moment too soon, but able to recover and get the out.
Yeah, I did the best part about that. I was able to smother it right by his feet and able to still make the transition from glove to hand, and you saw the arm strength.
Dayton Franke remains at second base. And here's Luke Robleski, the right fielder, breaking ball right down the middle. Robleski flew out to Preston Freeman back in the second, 0 for 1 today. A 174 hitter, just 4 hits in 23 at-bats on the year. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball away. And compared to last inning, Price Bender, much better job of getting that first pitch over for a strike, especially at this part of the order. Emphasizing challenging these hitters. Checks Franke again, the 1-1 pitch, swinging a miss on the breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Robleski with 2 away, runner at second. Price Bender trying to work around the 1-out double. Checks Franke, the 1-2 pitch. There's a soft liner down to center field. That's going to be a base hit, and they're going to hold Franke up as Mac Moyer able to get to that one pretty quickly and keeps a run from scoring. So just a kind of a soft bleeder into center field, but Mac Moyer, who was playing a little bit more shallow, to the 8-hole hitter. South Dakota State again, though, with runners at the corners, but with 2 outs. And for the second straight inning, a couple of hits for South Dakota State. Rob Childers going to come out and talk to his starter. His infield will also come in. And that's really been the story on Price Bender. As you mentioned it, Ben. He's been able to work around some traffic here and there, or a base hit or an extra base hit there, because what he's been so good at has been limiting the free passes. And so when you reduce that traffic, you can live with these moments.
100%. And the other part about learning how to start is the more tired you get, the less picky you get with your spots. Those pitches that are on the corners or at the tops of the zones tend to leak over the middle of the plate. And that's what's happening to Price. You look at that last pitch, it was a center cut, middle. And that's where it can come back to get you. And it's been the bottom of this Jackrabbit lineup that have done the damage. 4 of the 5 hits all come from the bottom half of the lineup.
Yeah, you're looking at extra base hits in this one from both Franke, and we saw Finney back in the second. Nick Work with a single. Now Robleski with a single. And Nick Work will hit 1 for 1 with that single to left back in the third inning. Runners at the corners. First offering to Work. Fastball inside corner. A good idea right out of the chute. Robleski leading away from first. And Franke from third. Robleski with a pretty modest lead. There's another good-looking breaking ball. This time goes in the outer half. 0-2 here on Nick Work. Let's see if Price can find that put-away pitch. Bender lets the arm dangle. Now comes set of the letters from the stretch. The 0-2. Just off the plate, a good-looking pitch. Price Bender immediately walks off the mound. Just getting some dirt off the cleats. Working through a well-executed pitch. Hit a spot there where Fike set up, was hoping to get the call. I mean, it was off the plate, but he made it close. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bender set. The pitch. Runner takes off. Ball is low in the dirt. The throw down of second in time. Trey Fikes guns down Robleski, and that will retire the side. And again, Price Bender able to work around some traffic unscathed. So no runs off 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Nebraska 4, South Dakota State nothing on the Huskers Radio Network.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet, too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
1 of every 3 fatal crashes in Nebraska involves an alcohol-impaired driver. If you drink, don't drive. Impaired driving is deceptively dangerous. From the NDOT Highway Safety Office, we have a new pitcher into the game for South Dakota State, left-handed throwing Trey Husker. 3rd game pitched for Husker. Unsightly ERA, north of 20. 2 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs all earned, 4 walks to 1 strikeout. Opposition batting over 500 against Husker, and will have the top of Nebraska's order.
So Trey Husker out of Harwood, North Dakota. I'm going to go ahead and say, Ben, you don't know where that's at? I don't.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
That's not a flex. That's not a flex on my part. I don't know where that's at.
What, North Dakota or the town?
Yeah, I know where North Dakota is.
I got nothing on the town.
Did you know Phil Jackson is from North Dakota?
Nope.
Yeah, he is. From a place called Minot, North Dakota.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
We nailed the Italy thing yesterday.
Yes, we did. We both had Northern Italy.
That was sweet.
Trying to stay on our game here in the midweek. Top of the order for Nebraska here in the bottom of the 4th. That 4-0 lead. Huskers out hitting South Dakota State 6-5. Mac Moyer with one of those hits will lead things off. 1 for 1. Walked and scored. Singled in the 2nd. Moyer at .441 on the season. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. So Trey Husker, lengthy lefty here for South Dakota State. The pitch. Breaking ball is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. So much like Omaha, South Dakota State will also head up to the Twin Cities for the Cambria College Baseball Classic. Almost seems like a Summit League Big Ten series. The 1-1 pitch. This one is popped up into left center field, sending Taylor back now, able to track it down. He was on a dead sprint as it looked like that ball was carrying a little unusual to this part of the ballpark. First out recorded for South Dakota State. And getting Mac Moyer out for the first time today.
I hear Cambria College Classic, and I think of the year Nebraska played in the old Metrodome. And a walk-off homer.
Yes.
Hit by a former Husker. Remember who hit it?
Did we mention his name earlier in the doubles?
No,
ball hit
we did not.
Foul down the third base line.
This was
in the Metrodome or at Target Field?
No, this was pre-Target Field.
Okay.
But it wasn't like that long ago.
Okay.
And this is just one of those weird, dumb things that I just happen to remember.
Was it Curtis Ledbetter?
Nope. After that.
Outside 1-1 here on Joshua Overbeek.
I will be very impressed if you could pull this out of your hat.
So it was after Ledbetter.
Yeah.
John Gross.
He was an outfielder. And after that as well.
This one turned on a deep left field off the bat of Joshua Overbeek. Will it stay fair? It does not. Just by a few feet. Joshua Overbeek turns on one. and just missed a round tripper. Okay, now back to the question. Outfielder.
I can't believe that was foul.
I can't either. It started right around in between the 356, 335 mark, at least the initial trajectory. Just didn't hit it quite hard enough where it hooked massively. It's like a Ben McLaughlin drive off the tee box.
Well,
I'm sorry.
There wasn't enough slice to that.
You can tell I'm trying to buy myself some time on who this one is.
This would be a big-time pull out of you.
Breaking ball misses low.
What
level?
I don't want to give it away, but I want to give you a hint. He played
Ryan Bolt.
You're getting close. Same position.
Oh, center field.
Just before Bolt. Very good defender.
2-2 pitch. That one's hit the other way, foul off to the right, out of play. All right, I give up.
Rich Sanguinetti.
Oh, my God. I would not have gotten that. I would not have gotten the Sanguinetti. Wow.
Over the baggy and right.
Oh, man.
Rich Sanguinetti still follows the program.
Yeah.
Coaching, I think, in Texas.
Okay. 2-2 again. Off the plate. Joshua Overbeek able to work the count full here with one away in the bottom of the fourth. So many great Metrodome memories with college baseball. And I feel like even if you played small college, chances are you were in a tournament at the Metrodome and you could not see a fly ball.
Yeah.
Always heard about how tough that was. Payoff pitch, hit him. So Joshua Overbeek will trot down to first base. 1 on, 1 out here for Nebraska in the bottom half of the frame.
What a frustrating at bat. I mean, he's happy he's on base, but I mean, missed a homer by couldn't have been a lot.
Yeah, he had a kind of a lengthy walk back to home plate in disbelief on that one.
And the way he grabbed us, DC had set his bat up on home plate like you see sometimes.
Okay, that was DC who did that. I wasn't sure if that was Wachter.
Grabbed, or maybe it was. I don't want to take away credit away if that's where it was placed, but you could see the anger in grabbing the knob of the bat.
Here's Dylan Carey, a crisp 2-for-2 afternoon. This ball ripped into left center field. He's got himself another hit. Overbeek rounding second. Now he's going to head to third, forcing the throw. And here comes Dylan Carey on his way to second. He's in there safely. In Nebraska with runners at second and third. And Dylan Carey advancing on the throw. Will that go down? Let's see.
I think it's got to be single.
It's got to be. I would think so as well. And we get excited about that because Dylan Carey continues to move himself.
Yeah, that matters.
Yeah. Normally it's like we don't really care. He's on second in scoring position regardless of how you're. Okay, we're getting the official word that's going to be a single with advancement to second on the throw as Overbeek forced it. But now Nebraska with runners at second and third here for Case Sanderson. Just good heads-up base running there by Dylan Carey and also Joshua Overbeek. First pitch to Sandy. Low in the dirt, the breaking ball.
Well, Will Bolt put Sanderson in the cleanup spot to get him at bats with guys on base, and it's certainly been the case the last couple of days.
If that was a double, that would have put Dylan Carey tied for second.
Going to be a single.
All time, but it is a single. He sits alone at third with 54 doubles, just 2 behind Will Bolt and the all-time leader. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball, outer half. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth.
And that's even a question because of the hustle from Overbeek.
Yeah.
Like, we're not even talking about that if he's not busting it to third base.
Well, he had a slight hesitation and then just put on the afterburners to third. 1-1 pitch. This one hit him. Case Sanderson now will trot down to first base. Bags are full of Huskers with 1 out for Cole Kitchens. How do you do, number 12? Man, great Rich Sanguinetti.
You like that?
Reference.
He was so fun to watch play center. The way he ran,
right.
It was like gliding.
Defensively, absolutely.
He was just gliding on the grass out there. He was really, really good. Going to have another meeting on the mound here as Michael Newstrom has emerged from the dugout. Huskers went through such an unbelievable run of center field defenders there in the 2010s. You mentioned Bolt, Sanguinetti. There's a bunch of them out there that could really play out there.
Yeah, I feel like Ryan Bolt wasn't known as much for his defensive abilities, although they were good. But, of course, he had some pretty solid offensive moments And he was like the midweek dude.
Oh, yeah.
Games like this on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, Ryan Bolt would put on a show. Not saying that he didn't have his moments in conference play as well, but there'd just be some absolutely sick numbers.
I remember the tear he went on at the end of his freshman season in that Stillwater Regional.
Mm-hmm.
And Cal State Fullerton head coach just couldn't believe it. I mean, this kid's a freshman.
They're going to have a Nebraska 8-1-1 pitching change as South Dakota State elects to go to the bullpen. Contact 811 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free, it's easy, it's the law. We'll tell you about the new Jack's Pitcher when we return to Haymarket Park on the Huskers Radio Network.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, you think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Hey, congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
Already the fourth pitcher here in just the fourth inning for South Dakota State. And this is their go-to arm out of the pen, Austin Henry, making the second most appearances on the team. This is his sixth game. He doesn't pitch overly long when he's in. Only 3 innings worked in those 5 appearances. Hasn't allowed a hit. No runs. This is where it gets funky. 5 walks and 6 strikeouts. So he's either striking a hitter out or walking him. And he'll come pitch here with the bases loaded.
There's a term for that, I believe.
What do you got?
Effectively wild is what you're telling me?
That's what the book says.
Do you think he would fit that label? I don't want to.
His hair and his glove would suggest that.
Yeah. All right, now everyone's going to ask, okay, what would you say?
Well, just the absolute flowing locks.
Oh,
in the back of the hat. For us up here in the booth that are follically challenged,
yes,
we're envious.
We are always appreciative when you've got that type of mane. But the glove color, that's interesting. It's like the blue Bubblicious gum.
Sure.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, Cole Kitchen's going to hit with bases loaded, 1 out. Cole 1 for 2, singled, drove in 2 back of the first. First offering, lays off a fastball upstairs, called strike 1.
That's not a strike.
That was high.
In any planet.
So good take, just didn't get the call. Henry comes set from the chin. Breaking ball misses outside, 1-1. Cole right now at 295 on the year, 13 of 44, and he's driven in 16. Got RBIs 15 and 16 back in the first with that 2 RBI single. Chance to add to that here. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball outside. Wachter tried to move it right back in the zone. It's 2-1. Nowhere to put him. Cole Kitchens now, you would think, hunting fastball here. Henry again, set at the eyes. This ball fouled back off to the right, out of play, now 2-2. You just kind of get that excitement anytime you see Cole Kitchens ready to offer. In 2 days, he has given the home fans something to cheer about. Looking to do more damage here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded, bottom of the 4th. The pitch. That ball shot into right field. That is going to be just foul. Got it right off the end of the bat and wasn't hit overly hard. Just 73 off the bat and just goes on the right side of the foul line. Down the first base right field side. And that likely would have cleared the bases given where that thing would have landed. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll do it again. Overbeek at third, Carey second, Sanderson from first. 2-2 pitch. They're going to peel down to first. He checked his swing. Now full here on Cole Kitchens. Big pitch coming here. Austin Henry, 6'5", 220, from Del Rapids, South Dakota. Big moment here for him. He comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. Breaking ball, and that one's tapped foul off to the right. We'll do it over.
Pretty good piece of two-strike hitting there. I mean, that's a really tough pitch. He wasn't expecting a front door breaking ball on 3-2. It's probably the best pitch he's going to see all at bat, knock on wood.
Yeah, handcuffed him a little bit. Unable just to get some contact and live for another pitch here. 3-2 coming again. The pitch. There's a ground ball down the third base side. It is a fair ball. Play over to first is in time. Did he step on the bag at third? They're going to say, yes, he did. Seems to be some confusion there, but that will go down as a 5U3 double play as Graw was able to get the foot on the bag to third before thrown over to first, and that will retire the side. Big missed opportunity there for Nebraska with no runs off one hit, no errors. Two big runners left on base. We've played 4 here at Haymarket Park. Score remains Nebraska 4, South Dakota State nothing. This is Big Red Baseball.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNVO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNVO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnvo.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
It's Nebraska Lottery's Cash Blast promotion. Buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number by March 24th for a chance at $5,000 or $500. Your prize is doubled if your winning voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000. New pitcher in for Nebraska. It'll go to Tucker Timmerman. Tuck will be making his first appearance of the midweek as Tucker enters with a 6.23 earned run average, making his 4th appearance of the season. He's gone 4 1/3, giving up 5 hits, allowing 3 runs, all 3 earned. He has struck out 4 batters while walking just 1. Opponents hitting .333 against Tucker Timmerman as we've reached the 5th, 4-0. Big Red over South Dakota State, and once going to tell you about it, here's Ben McLaughlin.
All right, thanks, Nick. 9-1-2 for Tuck. 4-run lead for the Huskers in the middle innings. First pitch home, inside corner, 0-1. Tucker last through against Auburn. That was the Saturday game. 2 spotless innings, no hits, no runs. 1 walk, punched out 3. This one misses outside, ball and a strike. One of the few bright spots in the Husker bullpen that day. This is an arm that Nebraska is going to need this season. A 1-1, chopped foul into the ground, third base side. And it's 1-2. Tucker finally healthy after everything he's been through. Here's the 1-2. Missed away, 2-2. Dealt with a little bit of shoulder issues after the first weekend. Feels better now. 2-2. Just low. The sinker at the knees. Full count. Work singled to left his first time out of the 9 spot. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Goodness. Last couple of pitches very close, but both called balls, and so it's a leadoff walk for South Dakota State. Back to the top of the order with Carter Taylor. Taylor 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. His average down to .421. Leads the Jackrabbits in pretty much every category. Sans RBI. Tucker steps off, uses his disengagement. Now he has to step off again, goes to the mouth. 4-0 Big Red, top of the 5th inning. Timmerman brings it in. Good stab by Fikes. Going to his right, picking it cleanly, holds work at first base. 1-0 the count.
Fikes has had a good day behind the dish. Gunned down a runner, was able to get the tag down on a throw from Overbeek as well, and a really good stab there.
Absolutely. Tucker goes from the third base side of the rubber, and the pitch. Chopper foul, third base side.
Now, Ben, we did get a question regarding our Cambria College Classic.
What do you got?
At one point, was it called the Dairy Queen Classic? And I believe the answer is yes.
Yeah, I think it. I don't know what year it changed, but it used to be the Dairy. And there was multiple tournaments there, too, though. Like, there was, I think they both existed maybe at the same time. The 1-1, again, chopper into the dirt near the Husker on deck circle.
I'm going to take a stab and say it changed to the Cambria College Baseball Classic or Series when they started at U.S. Bank Stadium.
U.S. Bank. That could be.
That's going to be my guess. I don't know, really, but seems logical. Change of venue, change of name.
Sure. I like Dairy Queen more than I like Cambria Bank, though.
Yeah, nothing against Cambria, but I can't eat it.
Pick over to first. That's the best part about going to Minnesota for football games, mainly because the games never go well when we're up there, but you get dilly bars at halftime.
Oh my goodness. There you go.
We're spoiled.
Yeah, you are.
Who doesn't love dilly bars?
I don't want to meet that person.
Timmerman ready for the 1-2. Called strike 3, outside corner. That was a beautiful pitch from Double T, 1 away.
And Tucker, again, so effective when you get that sinker working, not only with the ability to spot it up in those types of counts and freezing hitters, but again, with traffic on when you're looking for that ground ball, that's exactly what you can get from 32.
Now it's Graw. Open stance from the left side. He's been tough to get out today. Swings the first pitch and lifts a high fly ball to left. Freeman now backing up into his right, still carrying out there. Reaches up, and the ball pops out of his glove right in front of the ribbon board. They're going to wave the runner around third, carry up with it, and we'll put it in his pocket. It's an RBI double for Graw. South Dakota State's on the board. It's 4-1. But the attention now out to left field as Freeman collided hard with that ribbon wall out in left field. That thing just kept carrying and carrying and carrying.
It's really the exact opposite of how we saw the ballpark playing yesterday. Everything from center field to left has carried today. Yesterday is the exact opposite out to right, especially right center. And, man, Preston Freeman, I was worried about any type of facial injury. His head went hard into the top of that wall, but appears to be okay.
Lusky stands in with Graw at second. The pitch. Strike outside corner. He had it in his glove for a really long time. I mean, that thing was in his glove, and the collision with the wall jarred the ball loose. And he's able to pick it up and get it in the infield. Oh, 0-1 on Lusky. 0 for 2 today. Tucker will lob one into second base to get the base runner back. First run of the game for South Dakota State.
Yeah, Ben, you're exactly right. It was the contact to the wall that jostled the baseball loose from his glove. Otherwise, tracked it, able to get the initial leather on it. Almost a spectacular catch.
Timmerman ready. Here it is. Chopped right out in front of the plate. It'll roll foul. Tucker using that sinker as he does. Able to get a lot of soft contact with it. That was not soft contact out to left field. Talked about the lack of slugging percentage for South Dakota State. They have 3 doubles now in the game today. Timmerman holds. And again, we'll lob one over to Stokes to keep the disengagement. Bodies in the Husker bullpen, but nobody throwing. Timmerman ready to work. The 0-2. Skips by Fikes down into the dirt. That's an next to impossible one to handle for a catcher. That thing got away from Timmerman on the play. Graw takes third. So South Dakota State trying to cut this Husker lead in half.
And you really felt that Nebraska missed a major opportunity the last half inning. And now here's South Dakota State knocking on the door.
The 1-2 pitch. Foul at the plate. Lusky just got a piece of that one. Yeah, he had the bases loaded. Just like yesterday, Nebraska's been threatening every single inning, but just having a hard time getting runs home. Timmerman holds in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Heavy fastball. Lusky missed it. Second strikeout of the inning for Timmerman.
Well, great bounce back there. You want to limit the damage, obviously, if you're Tucker Timmerman. And, again, that sink just dropping off right there. Hard to locate that if you're Luke Lusky. And good work there by Tucker Timmerman getting the punch out.
Now Siegert is the last chance for the Jackrabbits here in the 5th. Timmerman's pitch. Low the changeup. 1-0. 4-1 Huskers, top of the 5th. The pitch. Just missed in. 2-0. Siegert today out of the cleanup spot, 0 for 2. He has flown to center and bounced into a fielder's choice. The pitch. Way outside. 3-0. Another bad one would put him on the corners. Timmerman goes from the stretch. The 3-0. Swinging away and fouls it off to the left. So green light special for Owen Siegert. Keeps Tucker Timmerman in the at-bat at 3-1. Don't see that too often. Tucker ready for the next one. Strike 2, inside corner. That was beautiful. And not a lot Siegert could do with that one. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone, runner at third. Timmerman trying to close the 5th. Here it is. There's a line drive into right field for a base hit. And now it's a 4-2 game. Siegert going to hustle his way into second, and he's in there. A hustle double out in right field. And the Jackrabbits now have cut the Husker lead to just 2 at 4-2. Well, things have tightened up here. Another run in scoring position. Wachter, the catcher, stands in at 0 for 2. But another runner, we just saw the wheels out at second base. This one misses off the plate with the slider. 1-0. We're now square with hits in the game, 7 apiece. The pitch. Down 2-0. 4-2 our score. And Rob Childress has called time to come talk with Timmerman, and that's going to allow Colin Novacek some time to get loose in the left field bullpen.
Well, Ben, again, with that inability to cash in the bottom of the fourth, the bases loaded situation with less than 2 outs, and Cole Kitchens, a guy you'd love to see up in that spot there, just had the weak contact to third base. They're able to get the double play and get out of it, and all of a sudden South Dakota State feeding off that momentum, able to cut the Husker lead in half, and all of a sudden you've got the tying run at the plate here in the top of the fifth. In a game, really, even the 4-0 lead, very low stress on Husker pitching up until this point.
All started with the leadoff walk. A couple of strikeouts for Tucker, but 2 doubles in the inning, both plating runs. He's behind Wachter 2-0. The pitch. Got a fastball by him, 2-1. This is eerily similar to how the game played out yesterday, but the game is much tighter. Timmerman brings it in. Slow number right back into the glove of Tucker on a hop. Throws to first, and that'll end the inning. But South Dakota State plates a pair on 2 hits. There was a walk in 1 left. Halfway through here in Lincoln, Nebraska 4, South Dakota State 2 on the Huskers Radio Network.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNVO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNVO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnvo.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC.
To be a part of Nebraska medicine
Hi, welcome.
is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity for each other and for our community.
That went really well.
For those who know that the academic experience,
You know what? I agree.
the life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers. Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Things tightening up here at Haymarket Park. South Dakota State able to get 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning, cutting Nebraska's lead in half. Huskers lead it now 4-2. Here as we move to the bottom of the 5th.
Time for some runs. Huskers threaten in the 4th. Mild threat in the 3rd. Runs plated in the 1st and the 2nd, but not a ton to show for it since South Dakota State plates a pair to make this thing tight at 4-2. That'll be Freeman, Stokes, and Butenbach. 3 scheduled to hit against Austin Henry. Freeman has flown to center and popped to short. Bodies working in both bullpens. Going to be the battle of the bullpens from here on out. Henry ready to work. The first pitch to Preston in there for a strike on the inner 3rd. Fastball at 91. Henry goes from the stretch, brings it home. Freeman loops one down the left field line. Long run for Taylor. He makes a running catch as he stands on top of the line to throw the ball into the infield. Nice athletic play out there in left to keep Freeman off the bases. Now Rhett Stokes will hit. Rhett 1 for 2. Stokes trying to reach base. Get a Huskers a base runner. The pitch. Slider in the dirt. And it's ball one. Henry. Tall righty comes set in the pitch. Stokes grounds one to short. 3 hopper. Nearly got through the legs of Work, but he fields it and throws across the diamond in time. And 2 quick outs for the Huskers in the 5th. And it's up to Butenbach. Max walked his last plate appearance. 0 for 1, hit a looper to the second baseman in the first inning. The pitch. Right over at the knees. That was as center cut as it gets. 0-1. Henry brings it in. That's low. 2 fastballs to Butenbach. Count level, 1 ball, 1 strike. Henry, 6'5". He's a big kid. 220 from Del Rapids, South Dakota. Holds his glove above his head to come set. The 1-1. Low. Another fastball. 2-1. Nebraska's had a bit of a revolving door this year with outfield. With the struggles to Nunez and throw Butenbach in there. The injury to Jeske. Expect him back probably on Friday. The pitch. Fouled off to the left. That'll be out of play. 2-2. So Jeske will be back in the lineup. Mac Boyer's done a really good job nailing down one of those spots. But we kind of felt like corner outfield was going to be a story this year in terms of personnel and who's going to be in the lineup. Kind of see it play out that way. The 2-2 pitch. Down and in. Good take on the breaking ball. Full count. Max was really going well in the middle or start to the end of the year last year before he got sick. He was out several weeks. The 3-2 fouled off to the left and out of play. Huskers tried to get him back up to speed at the end of last year. Had a couple at bats in the Big Ten tournament. Had a triple in the first game of the regional against Oklahoma. Three balls and 2 strikes on Butenbach here. The pitch. Good take. Ball 4 on a curve down and in. 2 out base runner, and Butenbach turns the table to Trey Fikes. Hit by a pitch and scored in the second. That's the last run Nebraska has scored. Pretty good at bat there from Beauty.
That's what we've seen from Max. As he's still trying to find a little bit more of his groove in the batter's box. He's always had a pretty sharp eye, too. And again, just trying to get some traffic here, put some pressure on South Dakota State and retake that momentum.
First pitch to Fikes. Snaps in there, 0-1. Butenbach with good speed at first. Fikes looking for his first Husker hit. This would be a good time for it. The pitch. Slider in the dirt. Good block by Wachter. 1-1. 4-2. Huskers lead. 2 gone in their turn in the 5th. Butenbach a good lead at first base. The 1-1. That's ripped to short, over the shortstop's head into left center. Butenbach a good turn. He'll throw on the brakes. And the ball is bobbled for a moment by Taylor. But how about that? Trey Fikes, first Husker hit, 102 off the bat, and it just gets over the shortstop's glove.
Yeah, that was a sharply hit liner right over Work's glove. If he's about 2 inches taller, he might have a play on that. But as you mentioned, 102 off the bat, all barrel. Little production out of the 9-hole, and now you turn it back over to a guy who just simply finds his way on base in Mac Moyer.
Mac has reached 2 of his 3 plate appearances, walked and scored in the first, solid single to left in the second, and hit a shot to left field that was tracked down his last time. First and second, 2 outs, the pitch. Missed in, 1-0. Moyer's average at a lofty 429. His 2 RBIs on the season came yesterday on a 2-run single. For that to be a problem means the temperatures are warm. It'll be interesting this weekend weather-wise.
Yeah.
1-0 on Moyer. Here's the pitch. Inside, 2-0. If Mac can reach, Overbeek would bat next. Butenbach's at second. He walked. Fikes just singled. He's at first. And there's time called. Another visit on the mound with Michael Newstrom and Austin Henry. Jackrabbits had an arm warming up for quite a while in the pen. That was Will Kent. He has sat down, however.
It looks like Jacob Suits, the righty, now starting to throw for South Dakota State. Ben, you mentioned the significance of just getting Mac Moyer on base. Between Joshua Overbeek and Dylan Carey, your 2-3 hitters in this lineup, 4 for 5 today. Obviously, it would be very significant to at least have those guys come up in this situation. Nebraska left that opportunity, bases loaded, with nothing to show for it in the previous inning. Boy, you'd love to see them have that opportunity to atone for it.
So Moyer will try to keep the 2-out rally going here. The walk and a single, and he's heading the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Moyer swings and fouls one in the mid of the catcher. That was a pretty big cut there from Moyer. Two on, 2 out. Huskers lead by 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Moyer ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. Henry, the tall righty, brings it home. Moyer takes in, ball 3. Another bad one loads him up. Huskers have out-hit the Jackrabbits 8-7, and they've left 7 on base. Moyer should get a fastball here at 3-1. Butenbach steps away from second. Fikes off of first. The 3-1 pitch. Instead, they have Butenbach picked off, and just back ahead of the tag was Max. Man, he was leaning big time, and Lance Harvell with some instruction out to Butenbach out at second.
It was a premature secondary lead. Max started to lengthen it before the pitch was even thrown. I think Lance Harvell just trying to get him on the same page. Now we have looks like we have a clock violation, or they're going to reset it.
I don't know what's going on. Reset, I think, maybe.
Looks like it.
Counts 3-1. Austin Henry comes set the pitch. Moyer takes high, ball 4. Another walk for Mac Moyer, and that does fill up the bases for Joshua Overbeek.
Well, again, the importance of Trey Fikes being able to do what he did, extend this inning with that single, really started with Max Butenbach in a lengthy at-bat, working the full count, being able to draw the walk. And now it's the situation you want. Again, 4 of 5 between Overbeek and Carey. See if Overbeek can cash in here where Nebraska couldn't in the last inning.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Overbeek digs in the left side. The first pitch is on its way. High, ball 1. Been a good week for the Overbeek family. Joshua's younger brother, Josiah, plays for Army. He's a Black Knight two-way player, one of the better players on that team. He was the National Two-Way Player of the Week last week. Pretty cool. The 1-0. Overbeek swings and fouls one back to the screen. Joshua's so pumped for his little brother, Josiah, to get some playing time up at West Point. And this will shock you. He is a monster.
Oh, really?
Big kid.
Oh. Yes, very shocking.
Yeah.
Between Joshua, his brother, and his father, who does not cheat himself in the weight room as well.
The 1-1. Beek swings and hits a high fly ball to left. Taylor backing up, still backing up, and makes a catch as he runs up against the wall and puts two hands on the ribbon board. Again, that thing just kept carrying and nearly got over the head of the left fielder, but instead the Huskers again kept off the board with the bases loaded. No runs, a hit, no errors. Huskers strand 3 more runners. They've now left 10 through 5. We go to the 6th. Nebraska 4, South Dakota State 2. This is Big Red Baseball.
It's baseball season in Nebraska, and whether you're headed to the ballpark or watching from your couch, you deserve a home that feels like a win. John Henry's keeps you comfortable with expert heating and cooling, plus trusted plumbing and electrical service. From tune-ups to full replacements, we make it easy, fast, and done right the first time. Proud to be an official partner of Husker Baseball. Make the easy call to John Henry's today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
In Nebraska, the good life means mornings that wait for you. A porch swing or a skyline view. Work that matters and time that's yours. Neighbors who wave.
Hey there.
Stars you can almost touch. A mortgage that makes sense. More space, more time, more life. Nebraska, the good life is calling. Are you ready to answer? Learn more about living in Nebraska at www.thegoodlifeiscalling.com.
Stay healthy and active with natural chiropractic care. Did you know that chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages? Proven to treat pain, improve mobility, and prevent injury. Find a physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic. Huskers, another chance to score, but again, held off the scoreboard, and their lead still sits at 4-2. Huskers have one defensive change. Devin Nunez into play left field. Tucker Timmerman back out to pitch the 6th, and back on the mic for us. Here's Nick Hanley.
All right, thanks, Ben. Yeah, Nebraska held off the scoreboard now for 3 straight innings after getting off to a 4-0 lead, 3 in the first, 1 in the second. South Dakota State able to get a 2 spot in the 5th, and that's where we stand 4-2 in this one. Huskers out hitting the Jacks by just 1 hit, 8-7. It'll be 6-7-8. Dayton Franke, the DH, will lead off. 1 for 2 with a double in this one. Fouls us the other way off the screen. So Tucker Timmerman now in his 2nd inning of relief work. Only the 2nd arm used by Nebraska today. A solid start for Price Bender. Breaking ball misses away. That'll leave it up at 1-1. But for Price, again, the line was solid. 4 innings, scattering 5 hits. This one's fouled back to the screen again, 1-2. Did not allow a run, struck out 2, walked 1. Threw 63 pitches, 40 of those strikes. So solid work by Price Bender. The 1-2 pitch from Timmerman. Swing and a miss. First out recorded for Tucker Timmerman. And a strikeout for the righty of Beatrice, Nebraska. That'll bring up Travis Finney, second baseman. Finney also 1 for 2 with a double. He doubled back in the 2nd inning. Tucker offering up his 3rd strikeout of the outing. Breaking ball in there. 0-1. Travis Finney, a .257 hitter. 9 hits and 35 ABs this season. The 0-1 missed inside with the sinker. Ben mentioned it earlier. It's the bottom of the lineup for South Dakota State that's been productive, especially in the extra base hit category. 6 through 9 have been able to stretch them. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Here in the top of the 6th, Nebraska clinging to a 2-run lead. 4-2 here in the top of the 6th. The 1-2 offering. Just missed away with the slider. Great spot. Fike set up right there on the outer half. That levels up at 2-2. Timmerman working quickly. Here's the pitch. Soft liner through the right side of the outstretched arm of Case Anderson into right field for a 2-strike single. So Finney with his second hit of the afternoon, and South Dakota State will bring the tying run to the plate here in the 6th. Just 80 off the bat. It was a soft liner, and Case Sanderson, full extension, trying to snare that one, just couldn't come up with it. So here's Luke Wrobleski, the right fielder. Singled and was caught stealing back in the 4th. He's 1 for 2 today. First pitch, breaking ball right down the middle. Nebraska has owned this series, but it's been the last 2 meetings between Nebraska and South Dakota State that have gone the way of the Jackrabbits. A 1 pitch, ground ball over to third. Overbeek up with it over to second. High throw. They get the lead at second, but then ball not in time and off the glove of Sanderson, trying to complete the 5-4-3 double play. Wrobleski moving well down the first base line. Going to be tough to get him. But they do get the lead man over at second, so 2 outs with runner at first for the 9-hole hitter, Nick Work. And Work has reached base successfully both times, singled in the 3rd, walked and scored in the 5th. So Wrobleski leading away from first, reaching on the fielder's choice. Work, a pretty solid 9-hole hitter right now at 300, making the most of his opportunities with a couple of hits. He's driven in 2 runs this season. First offering. Breaking ball right there again. Tucker Timmerman, for the 3rd straight hitter, able to get that slider over. That first pitch strike. Timmerman from the stretch, set of the letters. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on the slider. 0-2 on Nick Work. Huskers with an 18-4 advantage in this series, but South Dakota State with wins in 23 and 24. Both teams were scheduled to play last year, but weather had other ideas, and that one was canceled. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one is popped into right field, sending Butin back over to his left, makes the catch in his tracks to retire the side. So no runs off 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Nebraska 4, South Dakota State 2 on the Huskers Radio Network.
When First Dakota National Bank created Dakota Mac in 1993, we knew we could offer ag producers something few other banks dared to. Long-term, fixed-rate loans for ag real estate refinances and purchases. Today, we go by Landera, and we provide the same great service and even more banking options to help your operation thrive for generations to come. Banking evolves. Trust endures. Landera, a division of First Dakota National Bank.
It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office, but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
New pitcher for South Dakota State, number 5 of the afternoon, Jacob Suits, coming in to pitch. Another big body, 6'5", 225 pounds. Junior from over in Humphrey, Nebraska. Suits with good numbers. 5th appearance, 0-1 record. 2.70 ERAs, tossed 6 2/3, allowed only 6 hits and 2 runs. He's walked 1 and struck out 3. Opposition batting .240 against this tall right-hander. And the Huskers holding on to their 4-2 lead as we play in the bottom of the 6th.
Came in from Des Moines Area Community College, redshirted last year, so getting his first full season of action in Division I baseball for South Dakota State. Jacob Suits. Another area. We've seen a lot of Blair representation for both these teams. Another area, Humphrey, with great athletes. Dylan Carey will lead it away for Nebraska. Looks at a breaking ball away. DC has had a solid afternoon. 3 for 3, a double. Drove in a run with that double. A couple of singles in the 2nd and in the 4th. 1-0 pitch, popped up, foul off to the right, out of play. Back out next weekend. Breaking ball missed high and in. 2-1 on Dylan Carey. It'll be Sparty this weekend, then it's Maine the following weekend, then Nebraska will head to Ann Arbor, Michigan after a midweek series at Wichita State. 2-1 pitch. This one popped up to right field foul territory, twisting its way over by the berm and will be out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes on DC. One midweek game next week as Nebraska will take on North Dakota State. Making their way through the Summit League. No Oral Roberts this year, though. 2-2 pitch. This one is hammered into right field and not going to be caught. It's off the glove of Robleski. And so another single, valiant effort. Feet first slide by Robleski. Had it initially, and then it just rolled off, kind of similar to what we saw with Freeman. Had it in his glove, made contact with the wall this time. Robleski, who had it initially, and then once his glove made contact with the ground, it came right out. And Dylan Carey, how about that? A 4-hit day for the senior shortstop. And more importantly, lead man aboard for Nebraska here in the 6th, trying to get some offensive momentum. Here's Case Sanderson, breaking ball on the corner.
4 hits. I say obviously, but it's not obvious, but you would assume Dylan Carey has had a 4-hit game before. You got to go all the way back to the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors.
Oh, wow.
In 2023 in Minneapolis.
Throw over. Head first slide under the tag from Lusky. That game was probably here, too. I doubt I was in Hawaii.
It was in Minneapolis.
Okay.
I just said that. Were you not listening?
No, I wasn't listening. I was watching the pickoff attempt over there, Ben. Full disclosure. This ball is hammered into left center field. Coming in and making the catch was Taylor. Boy, Carter Taylor, now the throw back to first is not in time, and it was close. Boy, Carter Taylor has covered some ground out there in left field. Summit League Player of the Week 2 weeks ago, just a freshman. Made a nice catch a couple innings earlier. Case Sanderson, who thought he was going to have a sinking liner right at Carter Taylor, just unable to see that one down. So 1 on, 1 out here for Cole Kitchens.
That looked like it was going to drop off the bat. He has been kind of all over the place and a little annoying, if you ask me, out there in left field. He has been everywhere.
The guys in gray and blue don't think so. Breaking ball, fouled back to the screen, and it just kind of runs effortless, too. Just based on his break in, it looked like he was going to concede that thing to drop. But nope, he had it in his track the entire way. 0-1, 1 out. Big throw back over to first. Carey in there standing up. So Jacob Suits trying to work around a leadoff single from Dylan Carey. Gets Sanderson to fly out to left. Cole Kitchens, 1 for 3 today. With a quick throw back, Dylan Carey in there standing up. Kitchens with that 2 RBI single back in the first. Of course, Cole Kitchens homered and doubled yesterday in the win against Omaha. Right now hitting .289. The pitch. This one is elevated into right field. Racing over there is Robleski, and he will just run out of room, and he heads into the berm. Man, looks to be okay. That wall there is about waist high, and he just doubles into the berm right there. But just walks it off.
He landed on his face, too. Thankfully,
that's
it was
concrete over there.
Well, and I think his head made it to the grass. But you're right. First of all, you're colliding with concrete. That padding over there is, dare I say, more for show. There's not a lot of padding to cover that concrete.
Especially this time of the year.
Ouch. And he just, no worse for the wear. Just put his hat on and ran out there in right field. I'll tell you, if that was me, I'd need to call one of those emergency vehicles from yesterday.
This one popped it in the right field. Easier play for Robleski, waiting for it. In fair territory, makes the catch. Carey will have to go back to first. And now, after the leadoff single, a couple of flyouts for Husker hitters. It'll be up to Devin Nunez. Will get his first crack at it. Came in for Preston Freeman again. Had that collision with the wall out in left field. And kind of a concerning moment. He was able to finish off the inning, but Devin Nunez replaced in the following inning, hoping that Preston is okay. So Nooney will get his first at-bat of the game. Left-handed hitter facing the righty Jacob Suits with 2 outs and 1 on. Love to see 16 get going here, too. Devin Nunez, just 3 for 19 on the season as he elevates this one to deep left field. Taylor, though, waiting for it, drifting back a few steps, and will make the catch for the 3rd out. So the Huskers unable to do anything with the leadoff single by Dylan Carey. No runs off 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We played 6 here at Haymarket Park. Still Nebraska 4, South Dakota State 2. This is Big Red Baseball.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
In Nebraska, the good life means mornings that wait for you. A porch swing or a skyline view. Work that matters and time that's yours. Neighbors who wave. Hey there. Stars you can almost touch. A mortgage that makes sense. More space, more time, more life. Nebraska, the good life is calling. Are you ready to answer? Learn more about living in Nebraska at www.thegoodlifeiscalling.com.
New pitcher for the Huskers is Colin Novacek. Nunez stays into the game to play left field, as he did in the 6th. Novacek comes in for Tucker Timmerman. Pitching for the 4th time, 0-1 record. 3 1/3 pitch for Colin. 7 hits, 10 runs, all earned. He's walked 5, struck out 4. Opposition hitting .438 against Novacek. It's been really kind of a tug-of-war on the rope for Colin this year. Bad outing, good outing, bad outing. Hopefully this one he can get it straightened out and get some of his confidence back.
Yeah, Colin Novacek against Florida State in that Sunday game that Nebraska was able to pull off the big top 20 victory over the Seminoles. Colin Novacek looked like a guy who couldn't wait to get back out on the mound after getting touched up by Stanford. I mean, he was not only effective, he was dominant against a pretty potent offensive lineup. But as you mentioned, had a kind of a tough one over the weekend. This coaching staff is so high on the work that he has put in between fall and the early part of spring. Nebraska's going to need him to sharpen it up here, facing the top of the order in a tight ball game. Nebraska leading 4-2 here as we've made our way into the 7th. It'll be Carter Taylor. He's made some nice defensive plays out in left field. 0 for 3 today with a couple of strikeouts. First offering, breaking ball right there for strike 1. Carter Taylor now at .410 on the year. Entered the day at .444. Just an all-around good athlete out of Missouri. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled that into the mitt. Off of Fikes, now 0-2. Fastball slider change from Colin Novacek. Lefty has some good depth on that slider. That's been an improved part of his repertoire. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Blew it by him with a fastball on the outer half. All business against the lead man, Carter Taylor.
Love to see that from Colin. Just get on this bump that you're familiar with and just start getting after guys. His stuff is plenty good to get guys out.
There's Nolan Grahl, the third baseman. 2-hit afternoon for him. He's 2 for 2 with a single and an RBI double. As he looks at a breaker outside. Notice the pace that Colin Novacek threw with against Florida State, too. Very swift. There's a tapper off the foot of Nolan Grahl, 1-1. You always get the true read on how some of these guys have improved when we talk to these coaches before the season, and Colin Novacek was high on that list. 1-1 pitch. Missed upstairs. with the slider. 2-1. A guy that could factor in as a midweek starter at some point, but also high leverage reliever. There's a weakly hit ground ball over to Rhett Stokes at second. Running, makes the snag over to first in time.
When those two are playing the middle infield, I'd like to see a better fielding duo in the country. And that's not hyperbole.
Yeah, Rhett Stokes, the amount of innings that he has repped over there, and especially with the guy to his right and Dylan Carey, as you mentioned, yeah, you're spot on. It is, you feel pretty solid about what that middle infield can bring you. So here's Luke Lusky, the first baseman. First pitch in there for strike one with a fastball.
This is really good to see. Weak contact, pound in the zone, mound presence, maybe most importantly.
Yeah, I would agree with especially that last point there. His mound presence looks confident. Kicks and fires the 0-1. Fouls it back to the screen. Way ahead here, 0-2. And it's one thing to be around the zone. That wasn't the problem against Stanford, Ben. It's being able to hit the spots. And we saw that against Florida State. He was hitting every spot, working low to that potent offense, and is doing something similar here. Nothing in 2 outs here on the 3-hole hitter. Upstairs. Good idea, 1-2. Got Carter Taylor, the most dangerous hitter in this lineup, to strike out and then inducing weak contact off the bat of Nolan Grawl. Now ahead 1-2. The pitch. There's another chopper over to short. Dylan Carey gloves it, throws on the run over to first in time in a 3-up, 3-down inning. As we will stretch here at Haymarket Park. Nebraska holding on to a 2-run lead, 4-2 over South Dakota State on the Huskers Radio Network.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNBO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at FNBO.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC.
Born with power, tested by time. It's Ford Truck Month. And this is Ford F-150, part of F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years straight. Hop in and drive the Stampede.
Get $6,750 cash or 0 for 60 with 0 down and no payments for 90 days, plus $1,000 cash on F-150.
Get to Ford Truck Month.
Nick Hanley, Ben McLaughlin with you here at Haymarket Park. Duke Root and Christopher Sullivan Diaz back in our Acres Broadcast Center. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Nebraska leading South Dakota State, but not comfortable. Huskers were up 4-0, and it stayed that way up until the 5th inning, where South Dakota State was able to cut into that lead with a 2 spot, and that's been the offense today so far. Huskers out hitting South Dakota State 9-8 in a cleanly played ball game. No errors. It'll be 7-8-9 for the Huskers. Bottom third of the lineup for the Big Red here in the bottom of the 7th. Rhett Stokes on the afternoon, 1 for 3. Single back in the first. Get his first look at Jacob Suits in his second inning of relief work. Breaking ball lands in there for strike one. Give South Dakota State's bullpen a lot of credit. They have been able to stymie Nebraska, much like we saw Omaha in the latter part of the game yesterday. Oh, an offering bunt put down right in front of Suits. Going to come out for the mound, gloves it, gets it over to first in time to get the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. That'll bring up Max Butenbach. The Beauties reached base twice, back-to-back walks. 0 for 1 on the afternoon. And for Butenbach, again, just looking to get going. 5 for 26 on the season. Does have a double. And is driven in 3. Butenbach also seeing Suits for the first time this afternoon. Breaking ball away. Max Butenbach. It's been mentioned, part of that rotation in the outfield. Will Bolt just looking for someone to grab a hold of that spot, and it's going to come down to what you're doing right there in the batter's box. This one shot the other way, foul. Out of play, 1-1. Trey Fikes waiting on deck. We told you about Fikes. He's caught a solid game today for Nebraska. Also has a single in this one. Let's see if Max can get himself on. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball turned on, but foul. Above the right field berm. 105 off the bat, just a little bit ahead of that. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Butenbach, who's been able to battle through some counts after being down and working a couple of walks today. Suits works from the stretch, set at the belt. The 1-2. It's fouled over to the SDSU dugout. Huskers again looking for that late game offense. Didn't get it yesterday afternoon and could desperately use it here. 1-2 again, and that one is turned on, but right to the first baseman, Lusky. A liner at 95 off the bat, perfectly placed to the SDSU first baseman, and they're 2 away. Butenbach able to square that pitch up, just right to a defender. So here's Trey Fikes, who singled. Got his first Husker hit back in the 5th inning. 1 for 2. Also was hit by a pitch and scored in the 2nd. That was the last Husker run in this one, all the way back in the 2nd inning. Righty-righty matchup. Suits misses outside. Ben mentioned a couple of injuries, guys working through some pains right now. Another breaking ball away, 2-0. Mike and Miller, one of those guys, getting Trey Fikes a couple of opportunities, and also out in left field, Will Jeske, who they're hoping could be available possibly this weekend against Michigan State. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Huskers lead 4-2. The pitch. That one is poked the other way off the end of the bat over by Mike Sirianni. Kind of looked at that thing suspiciously. I was just wondering if he should make the attempt over there to get it. Now 2 balls and 1 strike on the Husker backstop. Suits delivers. Jams him. Little weak pop fly over to first base. Waiting for it as Lusky makes the catch, and the Huskers go down in order in the bottom of the 7th. We've played 7 here at Hawks Field, Haymarket Park. It's Nebraska 4, South Dakota State 2. This is Big Red Baseball.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
To be a part of Nebraska medicine.
Hi, welcome.
Is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity for each other and for our community.
That went really well.
For those who know that the academic experience.
You know what? I agree.
The life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers. Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Nick Hanley and Ben McLaughlin with you here at Haymarket Park. Duke Root and Christopher Sullivan Diaz in our Acres Broadcast Center. Acres Equipment, Nebraska's premier John Deere dealer. Acres, solutions for every field. Not a lot of offense to speak of here in the latter part of this game other than a 2-spot by South Dakota State in the 5th. Huskers getting all of their runs in the 1st and 2nd. 4 of those runs good enough for the lead as we've made it to the 8th inning. Nebraska leading South Dakota State 4-2. And to take us home, once again, here's Ben McLaughlin.
All right, thank you, Nick. Novacek deals with 4, 5, and 6 in the SDSU order. Siegert set to lead off. First pitch snaps in there. The nice curveball, 0-1. Siegert on the afternoon, 1 for 3. RBI hustle double his last trip in the 5th. Novacek throws another strike outside corner, 0-2. 4-2 Huskers. Top of the 8th inning, getting late. Novacek ready for the 0-2. Here it is. Not a bad spot. Breaking ball in the dirt, 1-2. Colin threw a 1-2-3, top of the 7th to the top of the order. Novacek ready for the 1-2. Roll over first base side, and it'll drop right by the feet of the first base coach. Count still 1-2. Bryce Bender started. A scoreless 4 for him in his first Husker start. Walked 1, struck out 2 in 63 pitches. Timmerman worked the next 2. The 1-2 pitch that is roped on a line. Foul headed to the berm. Left side. 1-2. Timmerman allowed 3 hits, 2 runs. Walked 1, punched out 3. Novacek ready for the 1-2. Heater just missed up. 2-2. Pretty good take there from Siegert. Not sure how he held off that one. Cullen ready for the next one. There's a shot into center field. Moyer about 5 steps to his right. Squeezes shoulder high. And there's the first out of the 8th inning. Nate Wachter, the catcher, hits. He's 0 for 3. Strikeout and a couple of groundouts for him. 214 with the average. Huskers on top, 4-2. 1 gone in the Jackrabbit 8th inning. The pitch. Curveball misses up, 1-0. Colin working with good pace, brings it home. That one missed up, lost that one 2-0. Kevin Monell, Husker closer, is warming in the left field bullpen if Novacek needs any help. This 2-0 is fouled off to the right and out of play. Nebraska's next opponent, Michigan State, has a big one tonight down in Greenville, South Carolina. The 2-1. Strike 2. Hammered the inside corner. Good spot. They'll take on nationally ranked Clemson. Michigan State plays down in Greenville every year. They have that agreement with an alumni down there. The 2-2. Hit sharply past the diving Stokes into center field. Wachter has his first hit. Rhett gave it a backhanded dive attempt, but it's just under his glove. Now the tying run to the plate and Dayton Franke. I'll have my eyes and ears on that game that starts at 6 o'clock with Michigan State and Clemson. Well, what a big-time series Clemson was in last weekend against South Carolina, the Palmetto State rivalry. That thing got electric. First pitch swung through by Franke, 0-1. There was a lot of chirping back and forth, to say the least. 1 on, 1 out here. Left-on-left matchup for Novacek. Franke lays off that breaking ball outside, 1-1. Franke, one of the doubles that was hit by the Jackrabbits today back in the 4th inning, 1 for 3. 4 extra base hits, all doubles for the Rabbits here in this one. There's a chopper first base side foul. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes on the South Dakota State designated hitter. Wachter gets his lead from first. Novacek's pitch. That's hit in the air to right. Hit pretty well. Butin back track. Wall gone, and we're tied. Franke's second home run. And here in the 8th inning, it is a 4-4 tie. That was not a bad pitch. That was a breaking ball down and away. And Franke had to go down to get it, and he golfed it out into the first row of the party porch. And Rob Childress is going to come make a pitching change. The Huskers have not scored since the 2nd inning. SDSU scores 2 in the 5th, and they have 2 here in the 8th to tie us at 4 apiece. We have a Nebraska 811 pitching change. Contact 811 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free, it's easy, it's the law. Kevin Manell coming in. We'll give you his numbers after this on the Huskers Radio Network.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
New pitcher in for Nebraska. The Husker closer will be Kevin Manell in a tie ball game. Kevin Manell, of course, transfer from Mississippi State out of Topeka, Kansas. Will enter the game with a 2.70 earned run average, making his 5th appearance of the season. He's gone 6 2/3 on the year, giving up 5 hits, allowing 2 runs. Both of those earned. He struck out 7 while walking 3. Opponents hitting .217 against the big righty for Nebraska here in a brand new ball game. South Dakota State with 2 in the 5th, 2 here in the 8th to tie this one up. Nebraska 3 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, and have been left off the scoreboard ever since, and it has come back to hurt the Huskers.
Nebraska has just let multiple opportunities slip away, and you were hoping they kind of learned that lesson yesterday, but it's coming back at them here today. Novacek, an inning and a third, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks and a strikeout. And now Manell, with 1 out here in the 8th, might be asked to get 5 outs today if he's effective. Kevin's last appearance was his best as a Husker. He was really, really good. And his effort against Clemson in that Sunday game. A little bit different spot for him here. Manell brings the first one home. That's in there for a strike. 0-1. Manell against Auburn, 4 innings. By far his longest outing. He allowed 2 hits and a run, no walks, and he struck out 5. Finney has 2 hits today. Right on right matchup. This one is waved and missed, and on the slider that just is moving left to right. No balls, 2 strikes. Manell working on Finney. Here's the pitch. Slider and a beauty. Swung through it. Fikes holds on to it. First strikeout for Manell. 2 gone in the 8th. Now Robleski. 4-4 tie. 2-run home run. In the top of the 8th gives South Dakota State a lot of life. This one misses just off the plate. That was a really good pitch from Manell. 1-0. Robleski out of the 8th spot today is 1 for 3. Here's the 1-0. Way outside that time, 2-0. In the bottom of the 8th, Nebraska has the top of the order due up. Two balls, no strikes. Manell's pitch. Sprayed off to the right, not a play. 2-1.
Well, Ben, you said it earlier. The bottom of this lineup has been effective, and it's not just the singles and getting on base. The extra base hits out of 6 hits between hitters 6 through 9, 3 extra base hits, including that home run.
The next pitch, sharply hit to second. Stokes picks it up on the dirt, throws to first in time. That ends the inning. But South Dakota State levels things up at 4 apiece. They score twice on 2 hits, highlighted by the homer by Franke. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. It's Nebraska 4, South Dakota State 4 on the Huskers Radio Network.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Get behind the wheel of America's favorite truck from Woodhouse Ford. Lease the Ford F-150 Super Crew for $389 a month for 36 months and 7,500 miles per year. First payment and $299 dock fee due at signing. Or save up to $15,000 off MSRP. Shop Woodhouse Ford online or in-store in Blair, Omaha, and Plattsmouth today. With approved credit, security deposit waived, tax, title, license extra. Vehicle is a retired courtesy loan. Offers expire March 31st, 2026. See dealer for details.
Nick Hanley, Ben McLaughlin with you here at Haymarket Park as we make our way to the bottom of the 8th inning. Tie ball game between Nebraska and South Dakota State, 4 apiece. New pitcher in for South Dakota State will be 6-foot freshman out of Watertown, South Dakota, Caden Rylance. Will make his way on the mound for the Jacks with an 11.12 earned run average, making his 4th appearance of the season. Has started this year as well. He's gone 5 2/3, allowing 7 hits, 8 runs, 7 of those earned. He's struck out 3 while walking 6. Opponents hitting .318 against Rylance. Now in for South Dakota State here in the bottom of the 8th, facing the top of the Husker order.
Well, this thing has certainly tightened up. Tied at 4. And Nebraska sends the top of their order up. Mac Moyer going to try and get us started here in the 8th. Mac has been all over the bases today, as you would expect. First pitch in there, 0-1. Mac has singled, walked twice, and scored a run. Lefty against the righty. Rylance. First one is past the third baseman down the line. Taylor's going to try to cut it off. Moyer, a big turnaround first. Going to try for second. The throw all the way through. Moyer slides in with a leadoff double. Mac's 3rd double. And that is our secure care hit of the game. That was quite a hit. He's going to need a chiropractor. Find a chiropractic physician in Nebraska. Visit nebraskachiropractic.org. A leadoff double here in the 8th gets the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Well, there you go, setting the table like Mac Moyer has done so much ever since getting that first start against Stanford. Just reaches base, but again, now putting yourself in scoring position, representing the go-ahead run here, the bottom of the 8th with the heart of the order due up.
Joshua Overbeek stands in. We'll see what Overbeek wants to do. He is a good bunter. The wheel play is on for South Dakota State. Overbeek slashes one to left, but right at the glove of Taylor, the left fielder. That was a bullet into left field. And I'm sure Graw at third base is happy that thing had some air under it, because he was about 10 feet from home plate when Overbeek smacked that ball to left field.
Yeah, your eyes light up there, elevated obviously over the head of the third baseman, Graw, but got good contact on it, but unfortunately right at Carter Taylor and left.
Well, who else would you rather have up than this guy? Dylan Carey with the go-ahead run at second. First pitch comes home, way outside, ball 1. Dylan Carey, all he's done today, 4 hits. RBI double in the first, scored a run, 3 singles behind it. His average at 500. Rylance comes set, the pitch, way outside 2-0. There's no doubt he's being careful to Dylan Carey. Case Sanderson waits on deck. Moyer runs very well at second. We're tied at 4 in the bottom of the 8th. Carey trying to put the Huskers back in front. pitch. Big swing and a miss. Good cut there from Carey on 2-0. It's 2-1.
Just went after that fastball in the outer half, hoping that thing will work itself back in just a bit.
The pitch. Carey cues one off the end of the bat. It rolls in front of the South Dakota State dugout. 2-2. Two and two on the Husker shortstop. Moyer gets his lead. The 2-2 pitch. Carey cues another one off the end of the bat. Almost the same thing. Slider that was located perfectly at his knees on the black. Carey fights it off. Nebraska 4, South Dakota State 4. Bottom of the 8th. Go-ahead run at second base. Dylan Carey in the box. Rylance comes set. Here's the pitch. Carey lays off a heater up. Full count. Biggest pitch of the game about to come out to Dylan Carey. Moyer hands on hips out at second base. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. The pitch. Carey swings and floats one down the left field line. Taylor chasing it and will drop in front of him. Around third and scoring is Moyer. Heading for 2 is Dylan Carey. And it's a career high 5-hit effort for Dylan Carey. This one gives Nebraska a 5-4 lead. And it's been since 2018. A Cornhusker has 5 hits in a game, a career high for Carey. And Nebraska has pushed back in front 5-4. And with that double, Dylan Carey now second all-time in program history with 55 doubles, 2 of them here today.
And again, not the hardest hit ball, just 76 off the bat, gets it down in front of what has been one of the better defenders we've seen all day, and Carter Taylor could not get to that one. So just putting it where someone wasn't. Effective nonetheless. I mean, what more can you say about Dylan Carey's efforts in the batter's box? Just coming up in a huge spot here, and hopefully Nebraska not done, as Carey now in scoring position with Case Sanderson, and an opportunity for him to drive in Carey.
Unbelievable. 5 of Nebraska's 11 hits for 15 out there at second base. Sanderson stands in. This pitch misses inside, ball 1 with an off speed, 1-0. Sandy today is 0 for 2 officially, but he's been productive. Sack fly RBI and a hit by a pitch. 5-4 Huskers. The pitch. Sanderson loops one in the air to center. Siegert comes in and makes the catch for out number 2. Sanderson hits it hard. 99 off the bat for Sandy, but he's retired, and now Cole Kitchens is the last hope here in the 8th.
Anytime Cole Kitchens comes up to bat, and we talked about the experience that he has, had a tough one back in the 4th with the bases loaded situation, less than 2 outs, with weak contact at third. Now a chance to drive in a run here for Nebraska and pad a 1-run lead.
Runner at second. 2 outs. The first pitch to Kitchens. Way outside, ball 1. Huskers lead by a run. Rylance set the pitch. Kitchens watches out. 2-0. In the 9th, the Jackrabbits will send 9-1-2 to the plate. Two 2-0 on Kitchens, the pitch. Low and away. 3-0. Devin Nunez hanging out in the on-deck circle. Might consider giving Kitchens the green light here.
Mm-hmm.
Carey out at second will be off with contact. The 3-0. Outside ball 4. None of those particularly close to Kitchens. And Nooney will get a crack here with 2 on and 2 outs.
Well, Devin Nunez hit hit the ball well off the bat, unfortunately, right to a defender. So he didn't get cheated on his last at bat. And again, we know what Devin Nunez, especially with the fastball, can do in that left-handed batter's box. Let's see if they're going to get a pinch runner for Cole Kitchens. Looks like they will.
Reed Strohmeyer going to come run, and this might do it for Rylance. Jackrabbits had another right-hander warming up. So Strohmeyer heads to first. Long meeting on the mound with the entire infield and battery. Home plate umpire Clint Wheeler comes out to break up the powwow. Jackrabbits waiting for that bullpen gate to swing open, but it's going to remain shut for at least for now.
Well, again, Ben, you look for these moments for hitters to really get going. We talked about both Devin and Max. And all it takes is just having that opportunity, even if it's something you could square up or something you can find some green and drive in a run. And especially for a guy like Devin Nunez, who's kind of rode that last year, the hot start and then finishing pretty hot, looking to just find something to get going, and this could be a great opportunity for that.
After walk, he might be ready for a fastball. First pitch. It's a changeup, just misses in. Pretty good spot. 1-0 on Nooney. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 8th, Huskers looking for some more runs. Carey at second, Strohmeyer at first. The pitch. Nunez rocks one right into the glove of the second baseman. Oh, my goodness. Nunez continues to hit into some bad luck. That was a rocket right at Finney. And that ends the inning. But Nebraska scores the go-ahead run on Dylan Carey's 55th career double. Both hits in the inning doubles. They strand 2. So we go to the 9th. Nebraska 5, South Dakota State 4. This is Big Red Baseball.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, I think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Hey, congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Nick Hanley, Ben McLaughlin with you here at Hawksfield Haymarket Park. Duke Root and Christopher Sullivan-Diaz back in our Acres broadcast studio. Here we go to the top of the 9th. Huskers able to work themselves back into the lead on an RBI double off the bat of Dylan Carey. Huskers 5-4 as we go to the 9th. Kevin Monell still on for the Huskers, trying to nail it down for the Big Red and go perfect here in the midweek.
Monell has 9-1-2 in front of him. Huskers 5, Jackrabbits 4. Nick Work, he's been busy out of the 9th spot. He has singled and walked and also lined out. Monell brings the first one home. Swung through 0-1. Work hitting .273. Monell ready. The pitch. Half-hearted swing and a miss. He did not see that slider, and that was putting it politely.
Well, he started that right on the middle part of the plate and just running away from Work.
Might throw that one again.
Yeah.
Husker fans braving the cold, trying to help Monell through the AB. Here's the 0-2. Slider, swing and a miss. No shot for Work on that pitch. That was filthy.
We go back to Kevin Monell's first appearance, and we had a chance to see him in Arizona. Very similar with that slider, with that tight, late break. And momentum you're already offering at it, then you see that thing, especially righties, just flutter away. It's a helpless feeling for a batter.
Pinch hitter for South Dakota State, Mason Lang. Left-handed hitter against the righty Manel. Open stance from the left side. So Lang pinch hits for Taylor. First pitch is swung through, 0-1. That's the fastball. On the year, Lang just 3 at-bats. He's 0 for 3. Manel ready. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Manel, for the moment, appears to be in control. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 9th. Manel ready. Here it is. Not a bad pitch at all. Just off the corner with a fastball. It was very nicely located 0-2. Manel adjusts his red long sleeve on his left arm. Ready to work. He comes set, the 1-2. Sharply hit to second. Stokes with a tricky hop. Picks it up ankle high. Throws to first. 2 gone. So the Huskers are out away, but you got to get through Nolan Graw. He's been a problem today. 2 for 3. He has walked. He's singled. He's doubled. He's driven in a run and scored a run. Another left-handed hitter against Manel. Right-hander comes set, the pitch. Graw takes fastball right on the inside corner, 0-1. Huskers trying to get revenge from the Jackrabbits from a year ago. Manel comes set. The 0-1. Fouled off to the left. Huskers a strike away. Manel toes the slab once more. He's way ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. A deep breath. Now the 0-2 home. Almost hit him. I think it might have went through the legs of Graw to the backstop.
Yeah, I don't know how that didn't hit him.
Just ball 1. Give him something to think about.
A little pumped up.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on. Huskers leading by a run. Manel holds at the belt. Ready for the 1-2. Here it is. That is hit in the air to right center field. Moyer patrolling right center underneath of it and makes the catch. That ends the ball game. Kevin Manel anchors down his second save, and the Huskers, on the heels of 5 hits from Dylan Carey, take this one from the Jackrabbits. Nebraska this afternoon, a 5-4 winner. We're back to talk about it after this. You're listening to the Huskers Radio Network.
Just like D1 athletes, farmers view each growing season as a new opportunity. Aurora Cooperative is committed to elevating the success of our members every season. Rooted in our core mission, we provide top-notch products, services, and expertise. Our strong work ethic mirrors that of the Huskers, driving success. Choose Aurora Cooperative, your partner in elevating agriculture. Go Big Red!
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
Holds at the belt. Ready for the 1-2. Here it is. That is hit in the air to right center field. Moyer patrolling right center underneath of it and makes the catch. That ends the ball game. Kevin Manel anchors down his second save, and the Huskers, on the heels of 5 hits from Dylan Carey, take this one from the Jackrabbits. Nebraska this afternoon, a 5-4 winner. Well, it didn't come easy for the Huskers. They led 4-0 after 2, and they didn't score again until their last at bat in the 8th. But in the end, a 5-4 victory for the Huskers, now 7-5 on the year. Got to give some credit to South Dakota State pitching with men on base and their offense for some timely hitting. But in the end, another win. And, I think you, by and large, look at the pitching staff today. and yesterday for the most part, Nick, and you kind of give a thumbs up for their bounce back after Auburn.
Yeah, you got two great starts in the midweek. Cooper Katsky yesterday, and I think that was maybe a little bit overshadowed by a little more stress than we thought we would see there towards the end of that game. And much like this one, too, Bryce Bender was great as a starter, gave you everything you wanted. A lot of opportunities for Nebraska to kind of pounce on South Dakota State. Unfortunately, they don't do that. You got to thread that needle between the physical part of what's going on in the batter's box or late in the game and the mental part as well. The Huskers are pressing a little bit, but overall, yeah, again, you're bookending this day with really solid pitching.
And Jared Meister finally has to update the record books. It's been since 2018 that Gunnar Hellstrom record has finally fallen by by the wayside. Gunny, you might be listening, Gunny, down there in the state of Texas. You held on long enough, partner, but man, big day from Dylan Carey, 5 hits, the go-ahead RBI double there in the 8th, and you're starting to run out of words to describe the play that you're getting out of 15.
You're right, Ben, and that's the thing. I feel like we've said it all when it comes to what he's done at the plate, what he gives you defensively, but just an overall determined player. I think that's just what you're getting. We talked about that edge that he was going to bring into this year and really trying to show those pro scouts something. He's all about this team, don't get me wrong, but I think that edge obviously helps that team in the third base dugout, and he has really shown it in the batter's box.
Huskers win it 5-4 and take down South Dakota State this afternoon. Back in action against Michigan State here on Friday. We got more coming up. All of our post-game activities. We'll give you totals, scores, hear from Coach Bolt, and highlights. All that still to come. Stay with us on the Huskers Radio Network.
Want a real home field advantage? Start with comfort you don't have to think about. John Henry's delivers reliable heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical service with skilled service professionals ready to help. From strange sounds to weak airflow, flickering lights, or slow drains, we'll get your home back in the game. Proud to be an official partner of Husker Baseball. Make the easy call to John Henry's today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health.